What's up? What's up again? You see what it says? It says KK Diamond. She's live and direct. Hopefully, people will fall into this particular chat room, into this particular live to, weigh in with their questions. And the hotline will be open. Matter of fact, how you doing tonight, KK?
I'm doing really good. How are you doing?
I'm doing fine in this Arctic cold weather. Matter of fact, you said it was cold earlier where you're at. What's the temperature, if I may ask?
The temperature here right now is 50 degrees. I mean, actually, I take that back. Yeah, no, it's 50 degrees right now.
Okay, I wish it was some 50 degrees. And I see people are lining up. Hey, if you really rocking with Too Cool to Con, hey, let me know who he is so I can put you in on the call. Well, I'll see if you can get put in on a call. I'll say it like that.
Yeah, say it like that, because not everybody's invited to this party.
Yeah, and this is gonna be a hell of a one tonight. So before we
Always.
before we went on, me and you were kind of going back and forth about how certain things are expected out of certain women, and you kind of said, well, it's a given that women that may be kind of morbidly obese, kind of overweight and heavy set, might do more than the average woman.
Okay, well, that's just, obvious, I think. But yeah, that's true. Some other people might have different opinions. But I mean, I was also saying that skinny or thick, regular, beautiful women, they can do nice things for men too. It's just very rare that girls come out of their comfort zone and they'll pay for things or take you out on a date or do something nice for you. Like, not a lot of skinny or I should say people in shape do that nowadays.
Mm. So you're saying a lot of little brothers maybe getting their way because the big woman might feel some kind of way because she's big, so she's gonna do extra than maybe a woman that's not so much, is what you're saying.
Could yeah, that could be true. Yeah.
But then think about it like this. Now I know on the earlier lives that we did, you were really feeling a particular dude you was feeling, and you was kind of doing a lot for him. So I mean, you can't always say that though. And you're not big by any stretch of the means or anything like that. So what's the difference then?
That's a good question. The difference between the females are
I'm saying you're regular size, but you still did extra for this particular dude versus how you're saying like a big woman. Since she's big, she's just gonna do it because she's big. I'm saying.
well, I know, but that just sounds bad. But yeah, I'm just saying you're saying what made me do it basically.
I'm saying you don't really have to do that. So, but you did it.
Oh yeah.
So, but I'm
Yeah,
saying,
correct.
I'm saying, what would stop a big woman to be like, you know what? I don't have to do it. I'm beautiful. I mean,
Yeah, that would be. They would have to answer that. I don't, because they maybe can't get that guy, or maybe that guy is out of their league or something.
okay. But you're saying you haven't
So
met
maybe
any
they.
big women that done felt they done had some high confidence, like I know I could get him or whatever. Is that what you're trying to tell me, or they all been insecure? The ones you done came across.
Majority of them, I've met some confident big women,
Mm.
and some of them, but then again, you have that line of men that love BBWs and probably would cast them out. So I'm just maybe, I'm just saying like probably unattractive women, and it doesn't have to be big as well, just unattractive looking. Because there is some pretty big women that I've seen before. So I'm just basically saying unattractive because I feel like an unattractive woman will do more than an attractive woman would. But in cases, attractive women will do things, but you eventually get hurt. So I don't know. Once you get hurt, you just expect for everybody else after that.
Okay. Now, let me see. Now I guess we got people coming in and out. I don't know. Nobody's weighed in to say anything yet, but I guess notifications still got to be sent out. Now far as like the paying. Now what do you think about paying? Like them paying? Like do you think they're more likely to go with outrageous amounts, or they still would have some type of standards as a woman to be like, what, I ain't gonna pay for this, I ain't gonna pay for that, what say you on that?
I think an unattractive person probably would pay. And it depends on how that person is. If that person's cocky and like knows, because I know a lot of people, you can tell when you meet a weak person or when you meet a person that is going to do what you say. Just like a woman can meet a man and be like, okay, yeah, I can get this much money from him. You guys meet women and be like, damn, I'm a fuck tonight, So, I mean, like, people just, see, because people wear their insecurities, so.
So basically, you're saying they might be more likely to try to pay a dude to, do something with them, is what you're saying?
To hang out with them. Maybe they can have sex to be around, and then, things like that, but I guess it all depends.
Now I know you said occasionally you do like, being with females. Would they be off your list?
What, an unattractive one or just?
No, like I'm saying if she was big, but she's attractive, but she's big. Like say if she was like Precious, but she had a real pretty face. Would she be off your radar?
I don't know. She can't be like sloppy big. Precious is too much. Maybe like what's that girl that just twerks on the back? Maybe like her.
Oh, like Lizzo?
Yeah, that's big enough. That's the biggest. That's the limit right there.
Okay. Wow.
You said Precious, not Precious. Not Precious. Damn. That just turned hell no, just no all the way around.
Hell no. Hey, some people are into that, I guess. You never know,
People are into that.
So now let's say this. Now, what if it's the reversal? If she wants to pay you for you to hang out with her, would you be down with that, or are you still not going?
Yep. Nope. To pay me, that money talks.
No, I'm not talking about the Lizzo. I'm talking about the Precious.
Yeah, pay whatever she gonna pay. I don't have to pay. Yeah.
Okay, so basically, if she's paying what she's actually weighing, you're going.
Yeah. Pay what you weigh. No, I'm just playing. But that's funny.
Now let me see. I'm trying to think. What was some of the other things that you wanted to speak on?
My OnlyFans, my Instagram,
right,
my Twitter. I want people to follow me. I started an OnlyFans. The OnlyFans is in your thing, right?
Yeah, it's in the description.
Yeah, so.
Now your OnlyFans. Now, how many videos have you made so far? How many, different pics or whatever? How many do you got up on that site right now?
Right now on my site, I have Give me 1 second, because I have to. I have 5 videos, I think, and like 2 pictures. I know I need more stuff, but it's like me in the shower, me in my office, me at home. So it's like some good stuff. But I do plan on making more.
Okay. Now, okay, you said you in your office. You said some at home too.
Yeah.
Okay. Now, do you got them at different tillers, or what different rates are they at? You know.
Right now it's a $20 subscription fee for 1 month, so you get like a month.
Okay. Now, do you have like where you can actually go live on there and are they, oh, do this and is this much for doing whatever you're doing or anything like that? Is anything like set up on there for you to?
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah. I can chat and video chat and post regular stuff, and people can like send me tips and stuff. So
So, I know because I remember the last time when we were talking about this, you said you were waiting to get approved, so you got approved and everything?
yes,
Okay. So what you just had to essentially after you get approved, you get linked up with like however they're gonna pay, it'll translate into whatever type of, like if you got a Cash App or a Venmo or anything like that, where link the payments together or whatever.
yes.
Okay. Let's see.
And it's like I got lucky because like 2 weeks ago, two males paid me $160. Well, both of them paid me $60, but I've been getting other money from the other one to sex, just to text message. And like you send videos in between you text message or whatever. So they both sent me $60. But I'm thinking like that was 2 weeks ago. Like if you want to continue, you have to pay more money. So because I just feel like obligated that I have to talk to them now that they paid me, but now it's kind of like dying off because I just spent the money a long time ago. So yeah, that's what I'm like stuck on right now. So.
Okay. Now, did they say how they came about your page? Was it through the OnlyFans, or was it through like one of your social medias?
It was through my social media.
Okay.
Yeah.
Now, do you got that link with your Facebook, or you got that totally separate?
I got a link on my Facebook, linked on my Twitter, and linked on my Instagram. And then all 3 of my social medias and the OnlyFans is linked on my Facebook. So, and then I'm getting like a lot of Facebook followers right now. So that's like I don't know, I have the most followers on Facebook right now currently because I started my Instagram over and then I hadn't been on Twitter in a while. So I just started, on Twitter again. So it's going.
So now tell me this: with you having this OnlyFans, how do you see it being? What's the word I'm looking for? Like, okay, since you got one, like, who else? Like, do you know anybody else that got one set up that been able to converse with?
No, not yet. I want to find friends and get shout outs and stuff, but I'm fairly new. I just started at the beginning of last week, so I only have 4 followers right now. I haven't been putting it out like I should, but it is good contact. I do have a nice body. It's worth the payment. I just need to right now get my Instagram up, so that's what I'm trying to do, and my Twitter and get more followers and stuff because I need the followers so I can put it out there more. Because if I just start sharing it a lot and I don't have a lot of followers, I'm probably just gonna get the same people. But yeah, I'm just trying to open up my revenue and get more followers, take more pics. I have to take more pics every single day, like at least every other day. I try to take pics and stuff, so sexy pics at that. So my Snapchat be popping. I be doing crazy shit on there. I smoke. Do you smoke, by the way?
So you talking about green weed?
Yeah, yeah.
Not anymore. I don't.
Oh, I didn't accidentally press something. I hope it don't do nothing
What you mean?
on my phone.
What you?
Okay, never mind.
Oh, okay. What you thought it was gonna do? Hang up or something?
Yeah.
No, you good? Oh, so you be smoking on your Snapchats and on your OnlyFans too?
Not on my OnlyFans, but on my OnlyFans, I do want to smoke a blunt naked. I am going to do that. Roll it and smoke it on there and just vibe. Because I love music. Music is just really, it makes me feel good.
Okay. And they don't got no issue with you playing music on there. I know how YouTube, if you play music on there, they hit you with the copyright, but it's all good on OnlyFans for you to be playing music and all that?
I haven't even been that far to figure it out, but I'm sure because I have a video where I'm dancing on there, but I don't have no music, so maybe I'm gonna try it with some music next time.
Okay. Now, around what time you be going to do that? Do it be in the morning, the evening? What time do you be setting time to do the little OnlyFans thing?
Well, it's just whenever I'm horny, basically. Like, it could be morning, night,
Okay.
and I'm alone and I have free time. It's when.
Let me see. Now, man, we got some people, and I mean, we done got a comment from James. He said, "What's good? What's going on, James?" I see someone else done popped in. Hey, it's actually questions and answers. So you could throw up a question and maybe KK will answer it. Maybe she can't answer it. Maybe I answer it. Maybe I can't answer it. Let me see. Hold on. Now, what's going on, Rated Shot? Hey, if you can call in, call in. If not, throw up a comment for Miss KK Diamond. Now, what's some questions that you think you may want to either ask or have answers to? We'll say it like that.
Okay, when a girl starts talking to you, if she mentions sex first and you guys fuck on the first date, is she not wifey material?
Okay.
That's a good one.
Yeah, that's okay. We'll see if anybody is really down to answer that one right now. I want to stay as the interviewer, so I don't want to have to be able to answer that. But hopefully, someone will come in and be able to answer that, so we can get various takes on what people may think about that. What's another one? Keep throwing them up there.
Is it okay? If I don't know, like now that I want to start, because I be like wondering what men think, like, how do you end up liking a girl? Like, does she have to act busy or not busy, or you know what I'm saying? Because I just have a problem where I pick guys that are not financially stable or getting their shit together, or just I be attracted, because I feel like I'm a person that likes helping and healing people. So I tend to get like wounded souls and people with issues, mental issues, and it's just like I don't know why I continue to do that to myself. So I'm trying to see what type of energy am I putting out there, because I know what type of energy I'm putting out there. So maybe not, because I just have a caring personality.
Yeah.
But it's like some stuff annoys me. Like I like the thirst to be mutual. Like if I'm hitting you up, but it all has to make sense. But it's just like I told you about that other guy, and I just was with him on Saturday. I just basically broke our ship up 10 minutes ago because he's selfish and he's just a loser, and I just can't believe like I just be trying to. I don't know. I like challenges. I like to think I can change a man. I have changed a couple of them, though. I'm not gonna lie, because women can change a man. I don't care. We have pussy. We have the power. You know what I'm saying? So, but it's just like I feel like more so right now in my life, I'm just attracting people that just aren't all together. Maybe because I'm not all together, but it's like I don't know. I don't
Now,
even know if that's a question. I just feel like I'm attracting people that don't have their shit together, and I just want to attract people that do have their shit together. And but I don't know.
I just
It's
look at
just
it like
hard.
I think people gotta be into what you're into. So like, you're talking about doing your OnlyFans thing. So you gotta be down with someone that's with what you're trying to do. Or what you're trying to accomplish with this. So it can't be someone that's gonna be like, oh no, I don't know if you should do that. I mean, they gotta be willing to be down with what you're with. Now you got some comments now. Troy said, if sex happens, it's not a factor in being wifey or not. Essentially, it comes down to that dude, like if he has hangups or not. Some people got hangups about that. And he also said, greetings, KK.
Hello.
Now,
So
now Ray Shad, he said, what's the question again? The first question.
the question. So if you and a girl fuck on the first date, is that a deal breaker? And
Oh,
if so, why? And if would you hold back not having sex with her if you see her as a wifey, or would y'all just gonna take it and go? I already know. I don't know what men would, but some men probably would, but I don't know.
okay, I'm about to put in Ray Shad. Let me hold on a second. Find his number so I could put him in. Let me see here. Was oh, the cell phone? Okay. Let me hit his line. Ray Shy, what's going on? You there, Shy?
Huh?
What's up?
Yeah. Oh, shit. Yeah. Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you.
Okay. Yeah.
KK, you
So
still
you
there?
said no.
Yes.
Okay.
Okay. KK, what was you saying now? About the fucking on the first date?
Yeah. What do you think about that?
About if somebody fuck on the first date, is it a deal breaker?
Yeah.
No, it's not a deal breaker because you can like really be feeling that person, or it's two things to that right there. You know what I'm saying? Either they got good words that's going on and let you fuck, or y'all can be feeling each other, like, you know what I'm saying? Like, hey, you know what I'm saying? I'm feeling you, you feeling me, so what's going on? If that shit happen.
Shy, come a little closer to your mic because you kind of muffled a little bit.
Okay. Can you hear me? Can you hear me now?
Yeah, yeah.
You can hear me better?
Yep, I can hear you better.
Okay. Yeah, I was saying, it can be two things. It can be that the fella or the female have good words and, they can get inside whatever they're trying to get inside. Or it can be that they're really feeling each other, the male is feeling the female is feeling the male, and they just connect on the vibe like that. I haven't been in pretty situations like that. And, some was feeling you, some was just, hey, you know what I'm saying? It's that type of night, and let's get it cracking. So that's never a deal breaker. You could just, you might want to have that down pat so you can, that can be another one you can vibe on after the club, after the bar, late night. Or it can be somebody that can just, if y'all on that same little level, y'all, on the same thing every night, every day, get up, So
Right.
I don't think that is good.
Now, what have you been running across, KK, where you feel like it is seeming like it's a deal breaker?
Well, it's just that it's just with one person. Well, I wouldn't say a deal breaker because I've never met someone I had sex with and they never wanted to have sex with me again. Like that never happened. But as far as like some don't want a relationship after that. So that's what I'm saying. Like the they don't want to commit, and I could see probably because some people say because that's why I was asking because some people say like they got what they wanted, but what if they want more of it? Like people literally, I know some people can literally have sex with a person once and be done, but I guess that's what guys do because some guys don't have emotion. I'm not gonna say you guys, some guys don't. But I guess some girls don't either. But I just say that to say that, I ran into a situation where I did have sex with him, and we've been having sex multiple times, and still would have sex again, but he doesn't want a relationship. So that's why I'm just like, well, I don't want a relationship either. But it's just even when they say, "Oh, I'm not trying to be in a relationship," it's like, well, fuck, like that's kind of disrespectful. Like I low-key don't either, but don't just say it. Like, don't just be saying it like that.
Okay, so you're saying
Maybe
don't voice it is what you're saying. I mean, you can think that, but don't voice it.
correct.
But then, he might just want you down and around, you know what I'm saying? If
He might want me what?
He just might want you down and around. It's a lot of diseases out here. So he might be like, okay, I'm fucking with her, I might talk to other chicks, whatever, you know what I'm saying? But when it comes to the sex thing, it's just me and her, you know what I'm saying? So, you must got that big dick, you know what I'm saying? So,
Yeah,
down and around.
that's crazy that you say that because he did say that. He said that I was the only one he was having sex with, which, okay, I believe that, yeah. But I don't. But he also said that he was talking to other people. He just wasn't having sex with anybody. And I'm just like, at this point, I don't want none of it if I can't have honesty and just not commitment, but consistency. Because we kind of don't want a relationship too, but we want some consistency.
True.
So,
I saw you pictures, so you know what I'm saying? He a damn fool if you don't want you motherfuckers down and around, though. You know what I'm saying? You trying to get with somebody
right.
You're a motherfucking fool. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, but that's why I felt like I did too much for him too soon. What about that? Cause some people, that scares them away, which is crazy. You can help a motherfucker, be there for them, and they ain't never had that in their life, and they actually get scared.
Would that scare you, Shad?
It depends on what you did for them. You know what I'm saying? Let me know. Let the two cool the car.
I already told you. I bailed him out of jail. I have always came to see him when he wanted me to see him, and when I do see him, I provide weed, food, a good time, like and
Is it
got.
cook food or is it?
It's not cooked food because we be in like hotels and other places, so I get like Postmates and stuff like that. It's nowhere where I can cook. It's not my house, so yeah.
So it's really all on you, though, right?
It's all on me.
So you're saying if he be like, hey baby, since we at the hotel right now, we at the tailspin. You know what? I'm getting kind of hungry. I'm thinking about having a big steak and maybe some lobster tails or something like that. What's it?
No, we went to Denny's. We went to Denny's. That's what we did. We went to Denny's and we ate Denny's, and the bill was like $30, and I paid it.
But, so it's, Denny's is good, though. Denny's is always good. You get that grand slam or whatever.
Get a grand slam at Denny's and a grand slam a little later.
Yeah, you get that home run later on. You get that grand slam, so you get the motherfucking what's that shit? The pancakes, bacon, the sausages, the two, scrambled eggs, and hash browns. It's all good. You get back to the county, and then you get that, get that home run. You get the full throttle, right?
Now hold on, Shad. Hold on, KK. Now we got someone new keeping up with Des. What's going on? She said hello, chat, and everyone. Hey, I'm about to post a hotline number. If you want to actually call and join in, I'm about to post that hotline number so you can weigh in. But like I said, some calls may not be taken. Don't take offense to it.
Yeah.
Let me see.
Yeah.
Now, you got any questions that you want to ask KK, Shad?
Nah, I'm just trying to listen to see what she all about. I ain't catch the first little interviews or whatever. You know what I'm saying? So let me know a little bit about what you do with your thing. Okay.
What do I do with my way?
I mean, what you do, what you like, what you know what I'm saying? Just put me on the phone.
Yeah, like you're just meeting him, give him a rundown. Matter of fact, Shad, come a little closer to your mic because you're cutting in and out a little bit.
Okay. You hear me good?
Yeah.
You hear me better?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, give me a little rundown, KK. If I didn't hear the first little, I've seen it, but I was damn near, doing some other things. So, so let me know what's the rundown. Run it down for a minute.
Okay, well, right now I'm basically single. I don't have any kids. I'm 27. I'm a receptionist at a psychiatrist's office. I work full time. I don't really have friends. I don't really go out that much. Is that what you're talking about? Like that kind of questions? Or, I mean, what?
Yeah, I mean, whatever you want to let me know to get me in tune on what's going down. What's the 411? Like Mary J. Blige.
Oh, okay. Well, that's basically me, but I feel like I'm attracting losers at the moment. Well, not all losers, but I just kind of attract needy people or people that need help in certain ways. I don't know. I'm trying to figure out what do I do to do that.
What do you do to attract needy people?
Yeah.
I mean, you probably give them the what's the word I'm looking for? What's the word I'm looking for? You give them the assumption that you can help the needy when they're in need,
Yeah.
Maybe you have to change your, or maybe you have to change up your whole little vibe thing or whatever to, put a different perception on there to make it seem like you're not.
Now, keeping up with Des says she's not setting standards first of all, and she doesn't understand her value as a woman. Now, keeping up with Des, hit the hotline. The hotline is posted. Hit the hotline. I can put you in on this call, so you don't have to keep putting up, words in a chat. You can actually call the hotline, and you'll be placed in on this call. So, do you feel she's right, KK, that you're not setting standards, or how do you feel about that?
It could be right. Yeah, I feel like but it's different from everybody I talk to. I have, and that's crazy because maybe I do need to set a standard for all. But sometimes I
Call phone. To accept, press 1.
enjoy their energy and their time, and so money is not everything to me. And then though we need it, and I complain about it, I really like people that I fuck with, like like that makes me feel good, like you know what I'm saying. So I understand that, I do, and I agree. But it's just some stuff or some people you just meet and you just have a feeling towards them, and it. But I know I'm getting older and I probably can't do that. But that's why I already knew. Like I kind of know what I'm going into before I get into it, and I know. But at the same time, sometimes I feel good helping people, and I feel good being there for somebody because me bailing him out of jail. I don't think that makes me settled or anything. That just makes me feel like I had the money. Who wants to be in jail? Like you know what I mean? If you're talking to somebody, you fuck with them, and they just go to jail, like and you really want to talk to them and stuff, so you're like, you know what I'm saying? Like I just feel like yeah, I was probably dumb, but I don't know. I don't regret it though.
Now,
I agree with her.
now,
Hi.
now, is this Des?
This is. How you doing?
Hi, we're good. How are
Hi.
you?
I'm doing fine. And let me just say this. I am an older woman. So you are my youngest son's age. My daughter's 31. And I'm listening to you and my heart is going out to you. This is the thing. First of all, your last statement was, who wants to go to jail if you have the money, you want to help them? Who wants to go to jail is people who don't follow the law. That's who wants to go to jail. Like you
Right,
can't be
I feel
everybody's
you.
savior. And
I
let me
know.
just say this. If you look at yourself, and this is what I tell my daughter, if you look at yourself as a walking, talking, breathing billboard, that's going to tell you who you're attracting. Because men read us. Men can read us. They can read that because we by nature we are nurturers. That's just human nature. Women are nurturers. But what you don't want to do is nurture the wrong man who's not going to nurture you in return. And it sounds like you're always on a giving end of relationships, and that's not what you want. I have 3 boys,
Right.
and I have 1 daughter. And this is what I tell my boys. Never date a woman that needs you, but date a woman that wants you. Because if you date a woman that needs you, when the want is gone, when the need is gone, she's not going to want you anymore. She's going to move on. And it's the same thing for my daughter. You never date somebody who needs you. Be an asset in their life, just like they should be an asset in your life.
Okay.
That makes sense.
That's good. I appreciate that. Thank you.
Now, Des, what state are you calling out of?
I'm in California. I'm in San Diego.
Okay. Now, what made you because a lot of women fall into the chat and they don't have enough courage to actually call in. What made you want to actually call in? I mean, I know I said to call in, but what made you actually have enough courage to do that?
Her. And I'm not intimidated. I'm not timid by no means. So,
Okay.
I actually have a YouTube channel that I talk about stuff like this. But yeah, when I heard her, I was like, oh wow. Well, I'm sorry, your name is KK, young lady.
Yes.
What is her name again?
Yep, KK Diamond.
Okay.
Yep.
Okay. Your name is KK Diamond?
Yes.
Okay. Perfect name. Let me set the stage for you. You are Tiffany's, okay? Everybody can't afford to go into Tiffany's and pick up merchandise out of Tiffany's. That's how you should value yourself. So when you get these 40-ounce dudes walking up to you, they can't afford you. And let me just say this, what I mean by can't afford you, that means if they can't bring to the table what you're bringing to the table, you pass them by. You do not stand there and serve somebody off of your buffet while they stand there with an empty plate.
Okay.
That's not fair to you. That's not fair to you.
Now, if this is now, I'm trying to understand now. Okay, now KK, you saying you say you like to have fun, and when you say fun, I know on the earlier lives we did, you were talking about how older guys don't seem to have the type of stamina that you're looking for. The younger guys do, but these younger ones that you've been going after, so to say, are broke. And then like the older ones, you feel like, oh, they don't have stamina for me to have fun. So I mean, which is it? Do you want someone that's more mature, or someone that you can kind of be kind of boss them because you're older than them and they're younger than you? I mean,
No, I just want a happy medium. That was last week. I had that feeling, but now it doesn't matter. I just want a happy medium.
Okay.
But this is my thing. I mean, you can jump around for about 45 minutes to an hour, 2 hours at best, but then what? 24 hours in a day, what happens next?
What happens next, KK?
Because you don't want...
I have no answer.
No, I'm just
saying, view yourself as Tiffany. So I'm just saying, me personally, I'm married. So let me just say that I'm married. But if I was single, you wouldn't get in my bed unless that's the only thing you had to offer.
Okay.
There's too many batteries and stores out here where I can just take care of myself.
I was gonna say,
just saying.
KK, kind of rerun it down, because I know Des, you may not have caught the earlier live streams that we did, but essentially, KK, you said at one point you were married for a while, and then you were in a relationship with another person for so many years. So after you got out of it, it felt like you just wanted to kind of have it your way, essentially, and not be so constricted like your past relationship. Am I right?
Right.
So Des,
right now I'm really just not looking for a serious relationship.
I've been there.
But yeah,
I've been there where you just want to have fun, and that's fine. But let them know what's up. I used to tell them, look, don't fall in love. This is what it is. We're gonna have fun, right? We're gonna have fun. I'm not gonna be in your pocket. You're not gonna be in my pocket. But if you ask me out, you're going to pay. I'm not paying.
Right.
I used to tell them, look, there's no reason for us to argue because this relationship is preset here. So we don't have a reason to argue. Our strongest discussion should be where we're going to meet, how long we're going to meet, and I'll see you later. When you're in my presence and I'm in yours, we'll respect each other. What you do when we're apart is none of my business.
Right.
That's how I used to handle it. And let me just say this, and put them in too. A true player lets the player know the game that they're playing. They don't have to trick the players into playing the game.
That's true.
Yeah.
That's true. I figured, KK, you've been messing with, so you're like 27, and you say you've been messing with, 24, 23, So you somewhat got an
Yeah.
advantage on them a little bit.
A lot of big.
Mhm.
I can see like what you just said, Des, if it was someone like maybe 37 or 47, but they're like, 23 and 24. That's a little bit different. I mean, I guess it's some people that could kind of be savvy at that age, but in this day and age, not too many.
She messing with it. She messing with a post-teen. She messing with a teenager.
From the
Say that again, Ready Shot.
Nah, I said, reason I'm about to cut out, man. I'm trying to still listen, though, and comment and shit. I got to throw this phone on the charger.
Okay. I'm glad you called in, though.
But no.
All right. Oh, so like you said essentially they're teenagers. So, okay, with that being said, since essentially they're teenagers, how's it different than what you had previously said?
What do you mean?
Who, me?
No, I'm talking to Des, because you said you got to let certain players know certain things. Well, if they're not in the category of being a player, then how she addressed those types, because they're not considered a player if they're kind of.
Then okay, if they're trying to be in a monogamous relationship with her, you really need to accept if that person is ready to be in a relationship. At that age, that's kind of young.
Right.
These guys are all over the place at that young.
Yeah.
I mean, and I'm gonna tell you something. What they're attracted to is looks initially. That's as deep as they go.
Right.
Looks and sex.
Mm-hmm. That's true. So essentially, don't be shocked if none of these dudes really want to, turn it into something else, because their hormones
So
are
what
raging.
about 26, 27, my age? Are they like growing up a little bit? At 27,
They're starting to
what are you
understand. Yeah. It's about the nightlight is starting to come on. See, at 23, 22, 21, they still wandering around in the dark with their hands out in front of them, just feeling stuff. You know what I'm saying? They just feel it. Ooh, just a big butt right here. Oh, I like this. See, they feel it. They ain't really looking. But when they get to like 27, 28, the nightlight is starting to come on, so they're starting to peek a little bit more and starting to assess situations a little bit more. Like, how do I look with this person in public, and how does she react to me, and how does she make me feel? At 23, they don't care how they only care how you make them feel. They don't care how they make you feel.
Right. That's true.
So, yeah.
So do you think it's, well, I mean, I know you said there's once they get more closer to her age, they start to kind of mature, but think about it like this now. KK, you said that you had relinked with someone that you went to high school with, so essentially they're your same age. So how has that interaction been different than the little 24-year-old dude you was interacting with?
It just, I really am taking it very, very slow. We hung out once, and it was like a friend scene. He had a friend with him, I had a friend with me, so it was really cool, like, just caught up basically, because in high school we really didn't speak. So we just kind of hung out, and ever since then he went out of town, and I've just been busy too. And I guess he's back out texting, but I haven't seen him yet. We haven't had sex, and we're still talking. So I've known him now, if you want to count high school, like known, like I knew him, but I wasn't really close. But we're just, it's slow. I'm just gonna take it slow, but it hasn't been about.
And that's good.
Sex. Yeah,
that's
we
good.
talked about sex though, but.
If a man really truly wants you, I mean, ultimately their goal is to be intimate. But if he really truly wants you, his first topic of conversation is not going to be sex.
Yeah,
it's going to be about you and your
happy.
desires and your wants. Yeah. So, and this is a good rule of thumb that I taught my daughter. When you're dating someone, listen to their body language and watch their words, because body language never lies. And what I mean by that is, watch how they interact with you. Watch how they respond to you. Watch just how they are with you in your presence. Body language never lies. But also watch their words, because their words should match what they're doing. Because if they say they really like you, but he's ghosting you for weeks at a time or days at a time, then how much do you like me? Because if you really like me, wouldn't you want to know what I'm doing or saying good morning, beautiful, or how you doing? You reaching out to me, don't take but a second.
That's true. That's true.
Yeah.
Now let me say this now. Forever Young comment, he said, I was full blown loyal square when I was 23. It's all how you was raised. Yeah, that's true. There's some
That's
people
true.
that can
That's true.
be in a grown up level at a young age, But
That's true.
it seems like in this day and age now though, that's kind of hard to come by a lot of times though.
You know why? Because they have stuff like Plenty of Fish, where they have all these guppies on this internet.
That's true. There's so many more options now.
Exactly.
Yeah, it's a lot of options, and people cheat and people do all kind of stuff. So
and that's when you start valuing yourself. Yeah, that's when you don't tolerate stuff. You set standards and you value yourself. And like I said, treat yourself as you are Tiffany's. Everybody can't afford to go into Tiffany's.
Now, Cadillac J just weighed in. He said, no disrespect. All I hear is easy pussy or booty call. Now, are you saying like in today's time, or Cadillac J just, if you can call in so you can, kind of execute your comment a little more clear than how I read it.
So, yeah, because that doesn't make sense.
Let me see. And matter of fact, Lo, what's up? I'm glad you came in. So essentially, like you said, Dad, she just got to kind of, set standards for herself and what type of dudes is acceptable and may not be acceptable and may live up to something that she may not be, willing to, deal with or whatever.
Exactly. And she has, right now, I'm going to tell you what, I'm going to say to you what my son told my daughter. Because my daughter isn't having a kid. She has her own place, she has her own car, and she has a good job. My daughter's 30. So my son told her, he was like, man, you're a blank canvas. He said, you would be a man's dream. He said, you don't have any kids, you don't have any issues, you don't have no baby daddies I have to deal with when I'm dating you. He was like, you're just somebody that I could just start off fresh with. But, like I told my son, you can't say that to a woman without wanting to bring it to the table yourself.
Right.
Now, what's the age ranges of your kids?
My youngest is 27, and then I have a 29-year-old who'll be 30 in January, 30-year-old who will be 31 the 18th of December, and then I have a 32-year-old.
Okay.
So I'm over 50. So when I heard her, I thought, wow, she sounds like my daughter.
You said
well, I don't have any kids, and I was like, oh, okay. You have so much you can offer right now. And because you have so much you can offer, there are those who see the potential of an opportunity.
Yeah.
Now, when you say opportunity, what type of opportunity are you talking about?
She got no kids. She got a job. She's willing to spend money. Like, an opportunist.
Okay.
I mean, I've had my daughter called me the other day and said that this really attractive guy approached her, but his first words were, so do you take care of your men like you take care of yourself? She said, no, I don't have any sons. And your mother should have finished the job before you're out here searching for another woman to do it.
Ooh. Well, I look at it like this. I mean, that is an upfront answer, but he also gave an upfront answer. Some people are down with that.
Yeah, he did.
That I mean, and I guess it pays to be upfront on both ends. If you're really with that, admit that you're with it. If you're not with it, then let that person know so they can go about their business.
Exactly, because somebody gonna be with it.
True.
People don't do what don't work. So that has worked for that gentleman before.
Right.
Right, that's true.
Yeah, people don't do what don't work. Your behavior changes when it's necessary and needed. But if it's working for you, you're gonna continue to do it. If you loan me $100 and I tell you I'm gonna pay it back, and the time that it comes to pay it back, I said, well, I really don't have it because I'm really falling on hard times. Can you really loan me $50 and I'll pay you $150 back? You give me the $50. I still ain't paid you $100 back. I just borrowed $50, and then it's time to pay you the $150 back, and I give you another sob story. Why should I start borrowing money for you if you're gonna keep giving it to me? You're gonna keep believing me, so I'm gonna keep taking it from you.
Right.
I'm only gonna stop getting it from you when you stop giving it to me.
That's true.
Right.
Now, Lo came in. He said, "KK, do you like an aggressive man?"
Yeah, I do, but it depends. Like aggressive in what way?
Because he said, but I guess between the differences, an aggressive man or a man that just likes money.
I guess I like a person that likes money because I like money.
But I'm thinking he's meaning it in a way because you like you said, you bailed dude out of jail. You sprung for the dinner or whatever. Going out to eat. So you're saying essentially you like the person, it's no thing to spend money on them or do certain things. Versus aggressive man like, oh, I need this. You're just willingly giving the man, or not giving, you're giving him a pass on not paying the dinner bill, or posting up at the hotel or something like that, or bailing them up out of jail, versus an aggressive man that's going to be trying to demand it. You're just willingly giving it, versus maybe aggressive man is like, hey, I need this, I'm hurting, and coming off,
Yeah, I don't like that.
Okay.
Yeah, I don't like that.
That's weak, though. That's a weak man.
Yeah, he never asked me to do it. I did it. Yeah, I just did it.
Okay.
It was dumb, but I don't regret it, but I feel like for it to turn out how it turned out, I feel like I shouldn't have did it, but I don't regret it because, I mean, I have enough money and stuff, so it wasn't an issue, and he didn't ask me to do it either, so that's probably what made me.
Now, KK, now sit back and listen to this one. Now, Des, now you think with her, splurging on a dude and her, giving him, like paying a bill and, the hotel room and all this, is that a way of like she's controlling him in a sense?
I didn't control him at all.
No, I'm just asking her, can you look at it as a control? Hold on.
Man can't be controlled. Call son.
Jay Just.
But I was expecting more because I did that, but then I have to realize that everybody's not like me. Because if somebody did that for me, and I would probably be their very best friend. Like, you bailed me out of jail. Like, what the hell? Like, we're going to talk every single day. And that's what I was kind of hoping for, but it didn't happen like that. So I just chopped it up as a lesson. I'm not doing that no more. I don't even want to talk to somebody that's going to jail, actually. That was just a bad on my part. So.
Okay, now let me say this.
Let me just say this. I understand where you were going with that. I met a young lady out here who said she prefers her man not to work, that she prefers to work and that she prefers to bring the money in at home. So that is a sense of control. She likes to be in control of a situation. But let me give you some insight on that. A woman who likes to be in control in that aspect is also a weak woman, an insecure woman, because she's afraid that he'll step out and see something bigger and better than she can offer.
Okay.
So she'd rather keep him pinned up near her and in control of his movements. Like, he doesn't have a car, she have a car. He don't have a place, she has a place. He doesn't have a job, she has a job. That is confinement.
Yeah,
no man should want to be controlled like that. Yeah, no man should want to be controlled like that.
No person.
Now,
exactly.
Now, KK and Des, Cadillac J. Just is on the call. Cadillac, what say you? What you got to add to the conversation?
What's up, everybody?
Hey.
But yeah, I just want to say, I'm trying to say this in the most respectful way. Like, if I was talking to a chick like KK, I just use her for everything. I just for access to everything she got.
But
so you would size her up. You would size her up. Basically, you would see what you can do.
Yeah, real fast. I do it for fun. I wouldn't even take it serious.
This sounds like one of my brothers. I'm not saying you one of my brothers, but you sound. I grew up in a house full of men, so I'm the woman that you guys wouldn't want to run into. Because what I can do is put my heart on the nightstand and walk out the door and think like a man. So what he's saying, KK, is he would be really nice to you, he'd be really friendly to you, but he would watch your movements to see what you were willing to do for him. And then he wouldn't have to ask you for what he wanted because he would just suggest it and you would give it to him. So it wouldn't come across like he's asking you for anything. And then when you try to ask him about it, he would say, well, I ain't asked you for it, you gave it to me.
Yeah, that's cool, but I don't know how far that would go, because with this one, he don't care if I buy him the moon. The next day, he ain't talking to me. And then the next day, he might hit me up, and that's why I'm like, wow. That's why I just, after I let him out, I still hung out with him and bought him stuff or whatever, just because I knew he was in a bad place, and I just liked spending time with him, and I was just whatever. But he don't call me every day. He don't text me. He don't be nice to me. That's why I was just like, that's why I really feel like a fool in the end too, because I'm like, okay, I just was with you this weekend, and yeah, he hit me up 2 days later because we hung out Sunday. Today he finally hit me up and was like, hey, and first I used to get mad and hit him up in between days, like, what's up? But no, he doesn't.
Oh, girl, don't never say. Never say.
I'm not.
Never, ever.
Yeah. It's not like, I can't describe it. It's not a chase, but it's like I'm in.
No, when we have to reach out to them, when they're not reaching out to us, when we have to initiate, because they're not, that's kind of like you trying to figure out what, if they're not coming, they're not coming. Just cut it off and cut your losses. But let me just say this to you, baby girl. Never regret anything that you've gone through, because it is a lesson that you can learn from. And those lessons can be used in the next interaction. Like, oh, I've been here before, I've done this. Because 2 + 2 is always going to be 4. So if you see the same behavior, it's going to give you the same results.
Now, Cadillac J. Just did Des kind of speak on how you would interact in that type of situation?
Yeah, yep. But I got one thing though. She said don't chase a man. I think sometimes it'd be best for you to put a little chase in if the guy has something to offer. If the guy don't got, because it might be good for you, but if the guy don't got nothing to offer and you chasing, then yeah, that's probably a bad idea. But I say ain't nothing wrong with the chase every now and then. Sometimes you gotta go after.
No. Cadillac, I can't agree with you, because women can't play the game like a man can play. First of all, a man is supposed to be a predator. So I don't agree with women chasing. I never chased. Even when I was out there, what I would do is entice him to come to me. And that's when you have to that's when you have to know how to move as a woman. I'm not going to chase you. And then this is another thing. If I really wanted a man to stay around, I wouldn't be intimate with him right away. Because once I'm intimate with him, his chase is over. So if I'm interested in drawing him in to where I can see if he really likes me, I'm not going to sleep with him right away. Now, if it's just a booty call, then yeah. But we'll put it, look, this is what it is. I'm not trying to get feelings for you. You're not trying to get feelings for me. Let's just have fun and move on. But if I'm interested in seeing if he really likes me, I'm not sleeping with him.
Now, Des, say this. Speak on this, because, I like what you just said, but in today's age, it seems like the lines is blurred. Now, back in the days when, like, okay, if it's a booty call, yeah, that's that. If it's, I'm trying to really be down with you, this is that. But now it's like blurred lines. Right. People making it seem like, oh, I'm really trying to be with you, but really they on a booty call mindset, and you know, like I said, blurring the lines.
That's where you as an individual have to be able to read people. Like I said, if their words and actions don't match up, because the actions is always going to tell the intent.
Right.
Always. I can come to you and say, you know what? What's the gentleman on the line?
Cadillac J. Just, yep.
Yeah.
See, you would be the type of person I would play with.
Yeah, that's the thing. You wouldn't be able to play with me because I'm
but anyway.
But anyway. In a sense, like, so I'm looking at it from being a successful man that got options. I ain't looking at it from being a dusty guy that gotta mess with you. Like, I got different options. I can go any direction I want to go. So it's like you.
Okay, so that's where I'm coming from. Okay, so that's where I'm coming from. I'm talking about as far as being a successful woman, not having to depend and can show independence. I don't, like, when you come to me, like, I've owned a 5,000 square foot house.
Okay.
So you see what I'm saying? When I was young, when I was 23 or 24, I worked at Nabisco in Richmond, Virginia, making $19 an hour. So it's not like I needed a man for money. So I understand where you're coming. Exactly, but the right man. Because like you, I had
when women are younger, they like the bad boys. They like the guys that don't do nothing. The guys that
no,
do
never
bad.
me. Never me.
When they get older, that's when they realize, oh, wait a minute, time's ticking. Now I gotta try to cooperate with a guy. And
but now,
by the end, the guy,
I had girlfriends. I had girlfriends who liked the bad boys.
Right. Well, let's say that, Tess. You know, it's some women that are like that, and there's some men that are like more faithful than other ones that play the role. I mean, we got that on both ends. It's just, who are you meeting when you meet them? Think about it like this: like, it could be a successful brother that pulls up in a brand new SUV Mercedes Benz to a fast food, and he's talking to a worker that's 22, and she's working at fast food and probably going to school, so she doesn't really got everything together when he does. So essentially, he kind of got an advantage over her if you think about it, because like, I got everything that you may want.
Exactly, and he can play that card.
Right, but let it be vice versa. If it's a successful sister, the same thing. He's not gonna have no advantage to try to like, hey, what's going on? No, get me my fast food what I just ordered. It's a little bit different.
It is, but most of the time.
Go ahead, Cadillac. No, go ahead, Cadillac.
It's slightly different because an older man can get a younger woman and still be with her. They can ride that out. But an older woman going for a younger man that don't got his stuff together, that's like a cool with that. That probably ain't gonna last too long, because as soon as he get his stuff together, he's going, you know what I'm saying, to get the younger chick that he can, you know what I'm saying, really run with. In some cases, depending on the mindset of the guy. It all depends on how who looks and what, you know what I'm saying. All I'm saying is, from what I'm getting from the chick KK Diamond, you know what I'm saying, like, that's the type of chick I would play with. I can't lie. And I understand what you're saying there as far as, you know, trying to, you know, give her some game. She probably need that. But like, if a chick 27, 26, she don't got no kids, yeah, I'm just gonna drag her probably. And she talking like that, like she said something like, she never met a guy that she had sex with and he didn't want to have sex again. I find that kind of hilarious, because I hit it and don't even remember who you are as soon as I'm done with you.
That's you,
know, so
but I haven't came across that.
But one thing I can respect from Cadillac, he's being honest. That's one thing I can respect. But let me ask you this, Cadillac, are you honest with the women that you're meeting? Are you as upfront with the women that you're meeting and saying, listen, this is not going to be no more than this? Because like I said, I don't know if you was on the line earlier, a true player let the players know the game that they're playing, and they don't have to trick them into playing the game.
No, I trick them into playing the game. I listen to what they got to say and see what's going on first, depending on what they're talking about. If they talking reckless, talking silly, yeah, I'm going to play with them. If they talking straight up, then I'm going to be straight up.
Okay.
These chicks like to play games, so I play the game back with them.
Okay, I get you. Now, I can respect that. So it depends on your opponent.
Yeah, in a sense it does. When you think about it, it does.
Mm-hmm.
Because think on an offset for think of it like, because it's females that are players that can have advantage over a man. Like, oh baby, I need this much money or whatever, and okay, baby, here, how much more do you need? It's dudes that are like that. They are like that. So it could go both ways. I mean, some people may think it's not common like that, but you know, I've witnessed it. I know brothers that done witnessed it and done had them type of situations around them. You know.
Yeah, and then they walk out. My daughter's friend is like that right now. She know what to do. She has 5 kids. He put her in his 1 bedroom. He works. He's an offshoreman, fisherman. She called him, lied to him, and said she was pregnant. He sent her $1,000. Then she said that something else happened, and he sent her $500. She was never pregnant. Can't get pregnant again. She just played him. He giving her a place to live, and he just scammed $1,500 out of this dude.
That's smart.
Damn. That's a cutthroat.
I'm thinking you got me thinking.
Damn.
I'm about to make a phone call in a second. I'm about to call one of my girlfriends and tell her, hey, you remember that guy you talking about? Oh, yo, you had something going on here. Call tell me you need 500.
Damn.
Yeah, let me get a little 200. Let me get a little 200 out of that. We can be friends again. But on the serious note, I just want to call in and, you know what I'm saying, kind of let KK Diamond know that there are guys like me that will run the game on you. You know what I'm saying? Like, easy, the fast way. You just haven't ran across my type of guys yet. But be aware, you know what I'm saying? Be careful, because...
Do you mind if I ask how old are you?
36.
I thought so. I was going to say about 30.
Yeah. I wouldn't even talk to a 36-year-old right now, but...
What she say?
She says you wouldn't even talk to a 36-year-old right now.
Hey, that's cool, but like some of them will. A lot of them will. A lot of chicks that's like those are the ones I mainly run into that I can actually talk to. Is the ones that's like 24, 25, like in that range, like the 10-year range. I get along with them better than I get along with any of them. And unless they're like 45 or 50, the ones my age I don't really get, you know what I'm saying, really get along with because they still in that playing around stage. Like
my daughter is 30. I have a 30-year-old, and my daughter is 30. She's very serious about her life. Matter of fact, let me just say this. My daughter is in school to be a neonatologist. So she's not about no jokes and playing. She don't have any kids. She lives on her own. She going to school to be a doctor.
Oh, she doing good then. Yeah, that's on point. That's, yeah. I don't know what I'd, do. I probably would, be cool, I wouldn't. It all depends. I wouldn't know what to say unless I heard somebody talk first. Once I hear somebody the way they're talking, then I know what direction to go in.
Yeah.
And I never talked as if I was going to do these things for him. I kind of just did it, but now it is a habit. But before, it wasn't like, and he never asked for it or whatever, but I guess he might be playing me too. I'm not saying that he's not. But and then again, if I cut him off, he don't care either. So I don't know if he's really getting benefit.
If he doesn't care, if you cut him off, then why not save yourself and just cut him off? Because whose habit has it become, yours or his? Is it your habit to give him, or is it his habit to receive from you? Or was it a mutual thing? Because it sounds like it's like a
one-sided.
Yeah, I have kind of code. Okay, because I was going to say, it may sound like I have a little codependent relationship here. Like you supply him and he receives it, and both of you feel good on each end from that relationship, but that's not a good situation to be in.
I'll say this. I mean, a lot of people may not want to hear this, but the person who likes the person the most in a relationship doesn't control it.
Right.
And that's just facts.
That's true. Hey, Michelle, I just wanted to call in real quick, man. I'm I'm gonna stay tuned in. I just want to check in. Hey, KK, if you ain't getting no money out the guys, or you ain't getting nothing to benefit you, you wasting time. But hey,
listen to that brother.
Hey,
Me too. Listen to that brother.
I'm gonna hit y'all up.
All right. Thanks for calling in, Cadillac.
All right, Cadillac.
All right.
That was good advice from somebody who's real. Like he was real honest, and he said, "Listen, he sized you up and take it what it was worth." And that's you got to understand. A lot of men are not going to be up front. They're just going to come up and do a whole lot of player movements and pretending. Just like I said, watch the behavior, because the behavior never lies.
Yeah, he sold me a whole bunch of fake dreams too, and that's why it wasn't like I just wanted to, like, you know. But yeah, you live and you learn, and I know now.
And everybody shouldn't. When you're dating, well, I already said treat yourself like Tiffany's, but understand you are a corporation. A corporation is not going to hire everybody, so you shouldn't date everybody. You interview these people by dating them, not let them take you out. And like the brother said, if they ain't spending no money on you, then because we as women in this time have weakened our men. We have weakened them to make them think that we're the provider. And we're not. We're not supposed to. We can be a teammate to them. So if you're in a relationship and your man fumbles the ball, you're his teammate. You get that ball and you keep running and you coach him. You know, you cheer him on, like, baby, get up. Come on, you got this. Come on. And then when he gets his spring back, you pass that ball back to him. But what we as women want to do, we want to be on the field.
Yeah.
Let me see. What was I gonna say? Let me put this other call in real quick. Matter of fact, now KK, what part of Cali you said you in again?
I'm in Southern Cali.
And Des, you said you're out of, did you say Sacramento?
No, I'm in Southern California.
Ain't Sacramento Southern California?
No.
Sacramento. Oh no, I San Diego. I'm thinking San Diego. Yeah, San Diego's. Hold on a second.
That's Southern.
Call from.
Yeah, Joe Frank.
Text.
Yeah, I mixed it up. I was thinking of San Diego instead of Sacramento. I know Sacramento's Northern California. Joe Frank's on the line. What do you got to add to the conversation, Joe Frank?
Hey, good evening, all you two brothers and distinguished guests we have this evening. How you guys doing? I'm a loyal of this channel, so I would just like to say good evening to y'all. I came in kind of late, but I'm kind of catching the conversation. And my little 3 cents would be this. In this modern day and age, just to even have a face-to-face is kind of like unnatural. People hide behind these computers, these laptops, and say anything and want to be anything they can be. You know, I had a brief encounter with a lovely young lady recently, right? A cup of coffee. And I wasn't used to being approached like that, you know what I mean? Because I've been, you know, away for a while. I am an older gentleman, you know, in my mid-50s. And I'm thinking, okay, this young lady got a little spunk about herself, because this is the way she broke the ice. I'm not a coffee drinker, but I'm like, okay. She got a little spunk about herself, and the conversation. If you can't communicate with people, to me, that's my turn on. You can be a pig with a wig. But if you can, you know, you got a nice aura about yourself and, you know, communicate, I mean, you can pick up on certain vibes and you know how far to take the conversation.
Right.
Most young ladies don't even have that, you know? So, of course, these men is coming at them like, okay, it's a sexual thing, or it's a conquering thing, and, yeah, I'm going to break myself because, you know, this is the only language that, you know, that they can understand.
Right.
Right?
Mm-hmm.
So I'm telling myself, you know, I'm not, either I'm out of touch, and my catch hand is kind of strange, because, like I say, I'm in my mid-50s, but not to toot my own horn, but I'm an in shape type of guy and take care of myself and work alone.
Right.
I mean, these little distinguished gentleman things are watch in nowadays, right?
Mm-hmm.
These are the little things that you see that I want to say young players or casual men. This is how you point them out. They ain't always in their cell phone. They ain't taking these selfies. You know. Well, I'm quite sure the young ladies can familiarize themselves with this. When you looking good and you smelling good and you got the demeanor that, hey, you know, that's attractive. You know?
Right.
It really got to be. It really ain't got to be from the how I would say from the hip or your game like that. You know, you can be a normal square and attract a beautiful young woman. You know. So I'm saying, hey, all this. I got to have these dividends and these funds up front, and you know. I need a brand new tire for my car. It's on the flat. Come on now. We all can make fabrications to try and get something, but you can't get something for nothing.
Yeah, that's true. Now,
you got to work at this.
Now, what say you, Des? Now, Joe Frank, he's in his 50s. He ain't in his 30s. He ain't in his 20s. What do you say with his type of mindset?
Speaking to me or you speaking to the young lady?
Speaking to Des.
Okay.
You still there?
I don't know. I'm here.
Wait a minute. KK,
I don't know what happened to the young lady.
Wait a minute. KK, you there? Hold on. Wait a minute.
Because at first,
I
don't like to be overly.
I'm sorry I didn't pat y'all in. Y'all didn't even hear what Joe Frank has said. I'm sorry about that, but I was gonna ask y'all what you felt what he said, but you didn't hear anything he said. Only the chat heard what he said.
No, we didn't hear.
Yeah.
When we were getting ready to start looking through your closets and going through your drawers, you left us in your house like that. We was about to be nosy.
Yeah, I was about to say.
Two strange women in your house.
Joe Frank is in his mid-50s. Basically, he ran down how rerun it down for us so she can hear what you said, Joe Frank, if you don't mind.
Okay. Well, the thing is, I was saying that in this modern day and age, right, people don't even interact with one another. You know, they hide behind this laptop or whatever it is. So when you meet somebody, let's say out in a social environment, right, your approach means a lot. You know, like I was giving a scenario about a young lady that I've met just recently. I don't drink coffee or anything, but she came with me with a cup of coffee just to break the ice. Now, like I said, I'm in my mid-50s, but like I like to toot my horn, I look well and I smell good and I know how to carry a conversation. Most young ladies of this day and age can't even do that. The conversation game is not even good enough to even come to me and say, hey, listen, I don't know, I don't talk about the president because I don't think it's like, but anything just to break the ice.
Right.
You know? And they say curiosity killed the cat. My curiosity days has been long gone. You know, you got to show me something. You know what I mean? Like I was saying, I can be attractive to your conversation, right? I can talk to a pig with a wig, but she has a demeanor that she's in control and she's having a conversation enough that'll pique my interest. Perhaps, yeah, maybe down the line, the word friend shouldn't even be in the dictionary anymore. Because you don't know what a friend is. Most people, I'm talking about 90% of the public.
Yeah.
You know? Right? Because if you go to what society is saying, a dog can be a friend. Not in my life. You know what I'm saying? I'm an old school cat. So you got to have a conversation with me. You just can't just sit around and look the part and pretend that the one that everybody desires. You know, you got to show me something. That's the kind of cat I am. You just can't tell me anything that the sky is orange and the clouds is yellow and, we are going to hold hands and kick hands and walk down the street. No. And like I say, I'm in my mid-50s. And I get approached all the time by younger young ladies. And I would say mid-50s and up, put it that way. Because these conversations that we having now, grandma is like 40 years old now.
Yeah, that's true in a
You know
lot
what
of
I mean?
cases.
So, mama, I'm like, hey, love, I can't have a conversation with you.
Now,
You're supposed to be trying to establish yourself in some other manner. And I'm kind of leaning towards even leaving America for a few years, because I'm being stifled here.
now let me say this. Now, Des, now what say you on that situation? What Joe Frank just broke down? I mean, with him being in his mid
I heard
50s.
a lot. I heard, and what's his name, Frankie?
Joe Frank.
Yeah, Joe Frank.
Joe Frank. Okay, so we're around the same age.
Right.
So what I heard is a lot of expectations that he has for a woman, but what do you bring to the table? So you saying that you want a woman that can hold a conversation, and you want a woman that can keep your attention. I understand that what you're saying is you want a woman that kind of lose confidence in her approach or how to break the ice with you. I hear that, but what do you bring to the table? Because that would be my thing. Because I have no problem holding your attention. I still get hit on by men 28, and I'm 50 over 50.
Right.
So, and my daughter, I still get hit on like really young guys. And as far as me being 50, I run 2 miles a day.
See?
So,
lovely.
Can I hold?
Lovely.
So this is the thing. I'm gonna be real honest with you, okay? Just like I hear an old school player.
You see, now that distinguishes right there myself. I can admit to 50% of that, but that's just 50% of me. I'm not out looking for targets to knock down or things of that nature, right? I'm a little bit beyond that. The situation I was saying to the young ladies, I was saying 40 and under. They don't even know how to approach a man. Young guys, they up to that flash of what they see. They don't see beyond that. Like I said, a young lady can tell them. No, go right ahead. Go right ahead. No, go right ahead.
I'm going to have to interject. Kiki, baby, you still on the phone?
Yo, KK, yeah.
Still on the line?
Yes.
KK, you still on the line? Never approach a man. Do not approach a man. You give a man a smile to let him know that there's an opening, and his job is to approach. If he's confident enough, he'll walk up to you and he'll start the conversation. You do not go to a man and start a conversation. You draw him into you. And all it takes to draw him into you is eye contact and that welcoming smile. If he's confident enough, he'll approach. You don't approach a man. I'm not going to approach no man.
I can agree with that.
Right.
I can definitely agree to that. I mean, you can be in any kind of scenario. You can be at the gas station. If a young lady has a bright-eyed smile, or that will attract your attention. But when she open when they open their mouth, you can, from the first 4 syllables. I mean, what? We can't just sit here and do body language. We have some kind of communication skills. I don't care if you graduated from the 3rd grade, right? You should learn how to speak with one another. That's the issue I'm saying. People hide behind these laptops and things of that nature, don't even know how to contract with somebody in the person, in the flesh. Mm-hmm. It's kind of weird now. Like I said, I'm an old school dude. Mm-hmm. Right?
And I told you because you can pretend to be anybody you want on these.
Yes, you can. This is true. Mm-hmm. This is true. That's why I said this face-to-face thing to break the ice. I don't know. Like you say, a distinguished young man, I will say. You can point them out because they probably have a watch. It might be for character. Who knows? Like I say, we smell good. Our vocabulary is up to par at times, and the player part, it could be embedded in their demeanor. Like myself, for instance, I don't really mean to be this way, but I am flirtatious. This is true. It's just the way I am. I could be getting a hamburger from Burger King, whatever, you know, and I have something delightful to say to a young lady. That's just the way I am. I don't know if that's clearish.
I love a man. I love a man with confidence. I can't stand arrogance.
Okay, Joe Friend.
There's a very big line between that.
Yeah, it is a big line between that.
It's
a very big line between that. Well, at times there is, you know. Now, we do have our down days. Every day is not going to be cake and ice cream.
That's true.
Okay. We do have our down days. But this is the reason why,
do you dominate the conversation when you're in a woman's presence? When you're with a woman and you're on a date, do you dominate the conversation?
Okay. I'm gonna try and self-reflect. I would say 40 to 50% of the time, I try to make it half and half to try to share the conversation. But then, like I say, you learn more by just listening. You know?
True.
So I want to contribute more to the conversation. But then if you just talking loud, you know, you're not saying nothing. I mean, you know, of course I know you got your skirt from here and that, but listen, what's behind you? You know what I mean? I don't want to know your family or anything like that. You know, we're not going steady or anything like that. I know that's another old school word, but just, you know, we can talk about how to bake a cake. Or some recipes or something.
Yeah, this is basically like you said, something simple like, oh, I just moved to this state. Oh, where did you come from? Where did you go to school out there?
Right.
How long did it take you to get out here? What way did you get out here? You know, things like that.
Yeah, exactly. Because you know, us older gentlemen, you know, I'm kind of peculiar because I do move around. I'm like in these 4 different states annually, and I'm just getting tired of my little triangle here, you know, because I don't want to sound more ethnic or anything that is, but you know, I'm more leaning to women of shade than others. If you understand what I'm saying by that, you know, and you know, no disrespect, you know, the KKs of the world and the Aishas. You'll be surprised what their mindset is like. You know, they're like sponges. They want to learn. You know, they want to be in a position that, hey, this is me and I'm here. But there's some strain to get to that game. It don't come overnight.
True.
You know, young ladies like yourself that should be handing these little pearls of wisdom to these young ladies. Either they accept it or they don't, you know, because nowadays these guys going to car dealerships and jumping in Aston Martins and going live, you know, oh, this is what I'm looking at, and I'm like, that doesn't thrill me. You know, we all can make it look good, you know.
Exactly.
But the truth behind that is that, hey, this is a brief moment in time.
True.
Some people need to hold that longevity, you know, like something that me and my good friend right here we have here tonight. We have this particular taste of old school vehicles. Most young ladies on the modern age, they'll look down at that, right? But they see these nice shiny cars, these rappers have there, and they don't know what it takes to build this vehicle, you know. That might be a 4-year project, you know. I have a vehicle, I'm just saying, mention that like old school trophies. I don't mean to get off the subject. I'm just saying that, you know, we have a wide range of things that we do on a daily basis. We just ain't sitting around trying to play PlayStation or something like that. Like I said, I never held a controller in my hand. I don't even know what a PlayStation is. You know, physically, other than I buy for probably my niece or my nephew or something like that, you know. But these kids don't even go outside to even speak to one another. They would do it over their cell phone.
Right. So basically, you're just
And that's
saying
not cool.
it's about the communication. It's like it's a dying art form. You don't really see it too much.
It is, and that's shameful because, like I said, more mature young ladies are not giving these young ladies these little drops of pearls of wisdom. Hey, listen, you need to be trying to like read this paper or try to get into these current events and things like that. Not worry about so much about what color shade your fingernails is and this pedicure.
Well, I think it's deeper than that. It's deeper than external. It needs to start internal, where the seed is planted and what seed is planted and how is it rooted. Because I can tell if a woman is confident in herself by her movements, and that's because I'm a woman. And I can tell if she's self-assured, have self-confidence in her demeanor and how she approaches and reacts or responds to situations or circumstances. I can tell a lot by the young lady on the phone. I'm not going to say what I think because I think she's a beautiful young lady, but I think there are some things that internally she could work on to make her insides match her outside. Because when you're inside, when you're strong inside, then you're not going to attract the weak from the outside. Because they're not going to be as able to approach you. Like my daughter, I told a story earlier. A young man approached my daughter. She lived on her own, and he approached her and he said, "Well, do you take care of your men like you take care of yourself?" And she said, "No, I don't have any sons, and your mother should have finished the job." Which means that, and it's, you see what I'm saying? So when you know your self-value, you're not going to put up with that.
Yeah,
and
I agree.
Single, and she don't.
I agree.
My daughter's single.
Yeah, I agree. Now these strong-winded women, and I don't know what it is. They're attracted to the bad boy thing or something of that nature. Because these bums that's out here calling themselves men, right? Faking the front and front of the Bentley here, you know. And I'm thinking, honey, do not go for that okie doke, you know. Right?
Well, let me say this, Joe Frank. Now I know you're between Vegas and sometimes parts of Cali, or I want to say what, LA area.
Right.
So
yeah,
I mean,
area, right.
you guys kind of see the same kind of climate of people, since you know you're kind of in the same kind of area where you know certain people don't really hold conversations, or if you do meet somebody, you know they're stuck in this certain type of mindset, you know, and it seems like it's getting worse as the years go on.
That's absolutely true. Like I said, I'm really thinking about. I need to break out this triangle, and that's just my personal thing. I'm even thinking about going more abroad more, you know, because I do understand people still talk to one another abroad. You know, people still say good morning to one another abroad. You know,
but they do that on the East Coast too. I'm from the East Coast, so they do that.
Okay, so I'm a West Coast guy. Right. Cali
is just different. Cali was a culture shock for me when I moved here. I lived in Richmond, Virginia. I grew up in Richmond, Virginia, and then I moved to Charlotte, North Carolina. I only moved over here a couple of years ago. I've been over here 4.5 years. It's a culture shock the way the people interact with each other here versus over there. Over there, you can say good morning and people will speak back. Over here, they look at you like, what's your problem? Like, what's wrong with you? Exactly. They all looking at their cell phone. They all looking at laptops. It's not a one-on-one connection over here. And then you almost can't trust people over here because everybody wants to be somebody else. Yeah, and this is what I'm speaking of. I have these little phrases that I say from time to time, so please forgive me of the tone of how I speak. Right? I do a lot of ad-libs, things of that nature. My new thing is that trust and love don't exist anymore. What you need is loyalty, right, and dedication. From the jump. Let the trust and love come in a little later. You know? That's just my thing. Because you just can't jump into
you can't jump from one bathtub to another bathtub thinking it's going to be the same climate. It doesn't work that way. Especially with these children pretending to be grown. Because I consider myself grown. And I would say I've been grown a while because I've been out on my own for a while. And of course, life beats you up, spits you up, and chew you up. And I'm still here.
So what is it?
So I carry myself that way. Okay, this is the thing. It's been changing. The reason why it's been changing is because the people I'm around lately, you know, I wouldn't say I'm a self loner, but like I say, people that I associate myself with, you know, they some pretty cool characters, and they out, and you know, it's not really a competitive thing. When we're out, you know. We're not really concerned about who's ever or who we're out seeking. We're trying to have a good time. Now, those people, like I say, I walk into a room.
Answer that question right.
No, I'm trying to. This is what I'm trying to. Because friends, I don't have any friends. My family is my friends. You know, my family is my friends. Anybody outside of that, I don't really deal with. I truly don't. I truly don't.
Wait, Joe Frank, hold on. Joe Frank, hold on. Let her get her word in what she got to say to make the conversation keep going. Go ahead, Des.
Okay. No, I'm just saying, what is the youngest woman you'll date? Like we went into family, and I'm gonna tell you what type of man. I want to say mid-30s. That's what I want to say. But in actuality,
wherever you have action at is what you're saying.
It's been my age, and it's been my age and older. Right? I think the youngest lady I've had spoken to is in her mid-30s.
Okay.
I would say that. That's what I would say. So that's getting around the bush. That's actually the question.
I'm about to get off the phone, but thank you guys for your advice. It was nice.
Okay, I appreciate your ear, and you keep on doing what you're doing, and I appreciate you here on our channel and giving us this insight to these how should I say friendly young ladies out here. That was the expectations of us young men.
Okay.
So thank you for that, KK.
All right, KK. All
right, good night, you guys.
Good night.
Good night.
Now, what did you want to add, Des?
Okay. I hate to start off conversations like that, because like this, what I'm about to say, because I feel like when you have to give a disclosure at the beginning of a conversation, it's going to do exactly what you say you don't want to do.
Yeah, but it always pulls you to that. So hey,
right, like, so let's just heads up. My intent is not to offend you.
No, go right ahead.
No, Frank. But I feel like that you would date younger women, younger than you're willing to disclose. I feel like you're very domineering in a relationship. I feel like you feel that women should hold on to your every word because you feel like you would know best in a relationship. I do feel like you value women as much as they are valuable to you, if you understand that. So when a woman is getting to a point where they're not in agreement with you, or they are, you can't get them to understand your way, then it sometimes starts to turn you off a little bit and disconnects you from that person. But I think it's because what I hear is an old school player who feels like he would know best in a relationship. And the thing is, my response to that, I'm going to give you 30% of that being factual. All right. The rest of it, I'm going to expose a little bit more about myself. I really haven't done this on this channel, but you know, I was raised by my mother and my father, and what I've seen from my mother and my father, you know, how she treated my dad. You know, that old school thing about wearing on him hands and foot. You know, I mean, dinner,
the whole nine, right? I don't find women like that anymore. So me being set in my ways that, hey, honey, I can wash my own clothes, I can go to the cleaners, I can do everything for that end. I'm thinking, okay, well, on this other side of this table, right? What can we come together on? Because this is life, and life is real. So I might be too serious at sometimes. That's why I don't, as you can see, I don't really get out much. I'm out and about, but I don't speak to a lot of people. I don't speak to a lot of people. That's what I say. So when I'm approached, of course there's a guard up, but then, hey, I am a man. I will welcome a young lady coming to approach me. And I'm like, okay, let's see what this is all about, But I don't have the time to try to take these pair of pliers and pull teeth from you. I have to continue with my day. Life is just routine. Anything that comes in between that routine, of course you're curious about it. That's what I'm saying. Curiosity is a lot, but you don't know what you may be welcoming into your life if you don't know what's on the other side.
Right.
You could be looking forward to getting some drama. You don't know. Like I say, you sit down and listen to what this woman has to say, and it all sounds good at first. But as we all know, as this mask starts dropping, we all have faults. Like you say, I may sound a lot of domineering and things of that nature. I can admit to that. Like I say, I do have a little of that also. But there's also, it's a human trait. You don't see the lions hanging out with the impalas, right? I'm not going to say it's just nature. It's just to say I am a man of shade, and my demeanor may be this way. Like I would say, I'm from Southern California, and I do get around. I travel. I see people. I talk to folks, and like I say, the young ladies abroad are more than I say here in America. For some strange reason, I get that. The East Coast, the furthest I've been on the East Coast.
I agree with that.
Wait,
the furthest I've been on the East Coast.
Wait, Joe Frank, let her answer.
Yeah.
Des, go ahead.
There are some beautiful women here in America. I think what happens is I think men are so one-sided. They want women to conform to them, and because a woman is, and this is the problem I have. A relationship should be a mutual gratifying relationship. It's not just one-sided. It's not just me trying to please you and figure out how to make you happy and figure out what not to do so I won't upset you, or figure out how I can, make you more interested in me. That's not a relationship. That's not a relationship. Me hanging on to your every word. I have to take interest in you and be invested in your happiness just as if you have to do the same for me. You have to be invested truly in me, getting to know who I am internally. So what, you may approach me and the external part you're attracted to, but what about what makes me happy? What makes me sad? What do I like? What do I dislike? I don't want you to coach me so that I can make you happy. Because I don't want to be in a relationship like that. That is so one-sided, and it is so not fair to somebody. And a lot of women who have lack of insight and self-esteem do find themselves in relationships like that, losing who they are, trying to make this man their world. And I get it. You're old school. I'm old school. And I grew up in a house where my mom was submissive. So when I grew up, submission to me as a woman was a weakness, not a strength. I understand now that it can be a strength and not a weakness, but you can't be submissive to the wrong man.
Okay. I get that.
I agree. But how do you get to that point? Like I say, there's got to be some earning to this learning. You know what I mean?
Both ways.
Both ways. I agree 1,000%, 250. I agree 100%. And nowadays, the camaraderie between these young ladies, like I say, is instantaneous, right? This modern age of, I don't want to put that on my shade. It's just that what you see is what you get, and it shouldn't be that way. It really shouldn't be that way.
Everything that glitters
I'm
is not
too
gold.
old school. Truly, I must be that old school.
Wait, Joe Frank, hold on. Let her speak her piece. Now, say that again, Des.
Every glitters is not gold. Everything that's shiny is not a diamond. So what happens is, instead of, and this is what I see from, because my kids are, like I said, they're 30, 32, 31, 30, and 28.
Okay.
I taught my children to love from inside out, not outside in. And that's where a lot of the parents go wrong. They let these children grow up and don't give them self-esteem, self-worth, self-value. They don't teach them their worth. Now, of course, my kids as adults started doing their own things, and I would have to stand back and be like, oh, okay, this is going to go real wrong. But they had to see it for themselves. So I think what happens is we get into this more materialized world and forget that the internal war should matter first. Because you drive a Ferrari don't mean you have a Ferrari mentality. So I can date somebody with a lot of money, and then I'm miserable in this big house with all these products and this Gucci, and I'm crying every day because this man is not making me happy. Is it worth it? Or can I go out there with that man that delivers mail, and I have the world, even though it's not the material world, but he makes me feel like I matter.
True, but couldn't that still be a double-edged sword in a negative? Like, okay, say you was with the person that had the Ferrari and Gucci, whatever type of outfits and things. But you get with the male dude, and everything is copacetic. But as all humans, we do have arguments. And with black folks, our stuff is a little more intensified. So, okay, say you get in a simple argument. I could just be with whatchamacallit. I won't be going through all these problems. You hounding me. This certain things come out. So it's like, oh, you really feel like that. You really want to be with the Lamb, the Ferrari dude.
That person that would say that to you doesn't really like you. They like the situation and not you. So if I left some dude that had a Ferrari and I got with you because you were my rebound and you did something I didn't like, and then I started hollering, well, I just left somebody with a Ferrari. I didn't get with you because I'm truly interested in you. You're saving me from my heartache. You're in the meantime, in between time, until I can get over this pain from not having what I had.
That's true, but I'm saying
I don't want you no more anyway.
I'm saying in arguments we don't pick the things that are gonna be nice things to say. Is what I'm saying. We always go somewhere.
No, what I'm saying is the truth. Let me tell you something. A drunk tongue and a mad tongue will never lie to you, because you're too mad to think about what you're gonna say. So you think about what's in your head. So if I tell you that means my feelings are really not connected with you.
Okay.
Somebody who truly likes you is not going to say that.
All right. That makes sense.
So that means I'm sitting across. I'm sitting across with someone here that doesn't even like me about to set the table. I already set. She's just there just to be there.
Exactly. You in the meantime and in the meantime.
You see? So that's what I'm saying. I could be a bum and make it look good. And it's like, oh, okay, well, we're not out, I'm trying to not put myself into this also, saying that, hey, we go out, let's say we go out once a week, right? Because, I work hard. And the quality time that's being spent, I appreciate just if you're there, if you want to be there, if you're just there just to be a fork or a knife, what do I need you for?
Right. Okay.
Right? So you have to be contributing something.
Wait. So, Joe Frank, say that again, Des.
So what he's saying is basically he's dating somebody who's just coming with a fork and a knife, why would he choose to be with somebody like that? But that's the question that he should ask. Like, why would you choose to be with somebody? Because that's you, and you chose to be with somebody that you know is showing up empty-handed. You have a choice, just like they had a choice.
Right.
If I knew I could approach you with an empty hand and you were going to receive me, well, you're receiving me, so why am I not going to come? If you set a standard and said this is not enough, then I know to turn around and go to the next brother that's going to receive me empty-handed. You have to set the standards for what will work for you.
I think, and I done heard this, and a lot of times when people talk about relationships or interactions with people, it's like, okay, I do all this, they do this. They may not have this quality, but I have that quality. So they feel like if I can reach you at this level, you should be able to reach me at this level. You may not have this that you like. You may not do laundry. That's a given. You may not do laundry. You may not cook. But maybe when it comes to, sexual prowess, you got to be real ferocious with that, since, you're not bringing these other things that go on within relationships. A lot of people think, well, if I do it, then you should do this. But it kind of doesn't work like that a lot of times. I mean, you got to have real honest conversations with people. Are you willing to do this? Could you see yourself doing this? If you can't, you got to be like, either you're going to deal with them, like they're just not going to do that, or move on to the next person.
And I would say
you
to
see
this
the half apart. You like, let me back you up, because you said something about make the person forget. Like, you in the bed, at least that makes you forget that they not willing to bring it. I'm like, wait a minute, hold up.
No, I just use that for an example. I'm saying, like, the person, say a person doesn't cook. We don't have to bring sex into it, but a person doesn't cook, or a person does laundry. If the man does laundry and he does a lot, some women are particular about their laundry getting done or not getting done. So if it's a trade-off, like, can we trade off? If we're in a relationship, if I'm really trying to be down for you, can you do my laundry? Some women be like, I don't want you to have to do laundry. Some women feel like, I don't feel like you should cook because I cook. But then there's some women that don't cook. So it's like trade-offs. Are you willing to do this since you don't do that?
Hey, I don't know about that not cooking, because I'm an old school Southern woman, so I get down in the kitchen.
Right.
As far as the laundry, my husband for a long time washed his own clothes, but I told him, I said, look, we are family, we're one. We're gonna wash the stuff together. When I don't feel like washing, you wash. When you don't feel like washing, I wash. I always fold, because I'm very particular about the way my clothes are folded, so I always fold out clothes. But we are a team. We are one. We move as one. If I'm too tired to do it, he'll do it. If he's too tired to do it, I'll do it. And then sometimes we do it together. We'll stand and wash clothes together and talk about it and be folding clothes. Sometimes he get in my way and I'll push him over and I'll continue to fold the clothes, but we do stuff together. And I don't believe in this, don't let your left hand know what your right hand doing, because think about how can you operate your body like that? If you're one, you're one. You move together in unison.
That's true.
Well, that sounds lovely to me. That sounds lovely to me. I'm just saying in 2020, right? These relationships that you're speaking of, they're far in between, especially in our shade. Because everybody, like I said, you can be with a bum and accept all kind of madness coming from him. And 3 years down the line, you looking back to yourself, you knew he was a bum 3 years ago.
True.
Right? And you put yourself through all this.
It starts.
Go ahead. It does.
What do you accept? What do you expect? Because what you expect, you're gonna accept. What you expect from someone, then if they can't provide you that, then that is a decision time for you.
So basically, I mean, let's think about it like this. Like you just said, there's up front. Do you accept this or you don't? Anything else in between is passive aggressive. It's like, why aren't you doing this? Well, they didn't say they was going to do that. Why are you getting mad about something that they said they wasn't going to do?
But I don't think small things are ever a reason to separate a relationship. Now, with the young lady KK,
Yeah.
now that was reasons to separate. But small things like washing clothes and dishes and cooking, that's tedious stuff that can be worked out. Like,
True.
because that's tedious stuff that could be worked out. Like my husband, when we first got together, he didn't run dishwater. I was raised to run dishwater. This is a really small issue in our house. So he would wash the dishes by using the dish detergent and putting on the dishes and just let the water run and wash the dishes. And I'm like, why are you doing that? Put a sink full of water and wash them. He's like, no, because you're letting the dishes sit in dirty water. I eventually conformed to him because when I was washing dishes, I would boil water to wash my dishes in. You know, that's me. I did it. It was just a habit.
Okay.
But after a while, I was like, you know what? It's just easier to do it his way. My fight about it, just do it his way. It's you know, he's about to get the person again, so what? Just do it his way. This is the way he's comfortable with. So, I mean, little things you're going to make compromises on, or just overlook them, period. Now, the one thing I can't overlook in no man's house is me falling in the toilet. And that's going to make it
So I'm not laughing at that. I'm laughing at that because me personally, I'm the opposite of that conversation, right? I don't like to wash dishes, but I will clean that commode. I will do the floors. I will do the walls. I even get under the car.
You put the darn seat down.
True.
Me and I have a YouTube channel, and I showed me and my daughter changing the water pump on her car.
Okay. See?
So and I told my daughter, well, yeah, you have to be more than be cute. You know, and the damsel in distress gets played out after a while.
That's right.
It gets played out after a while. And I told my daughter, I say, it's okay to be a strong, independent woman, but you don't have to be domineering. It's a difference.
True.
And that's where a lot of us women get it twisted. That's where a lot of us get it twisted. We don't have to dominate.
You should teach a class.
Be a man.
You should teach a class. You really should teach a class.
Too.
Truly we do. Truly we do.
Matter of fact, let me throw the props out there. Hey, if you wanna hey, all my followers, if you feeling what Dez is saying, keeping up with Dez, go to her channel. Hey, matter of fact, click on her profile, go to her channel, subscribe to her channel, view all her content, and hey, do that. You see, she's imparting some truth.
My stuff is kind of out there now. I'm just saying.
Right.
I'm getting ready to reformat my channel for 2020 because I was doing a lot of commentary on other content creators who just out there. Like when I say out there, just out there, and then I decided no, because we can bring positivity into the universe. You know, what you put out into the universe, you'll get back. So there's a lot of people that's been through things that I've been through. I left home at 16. I lived on the streets of Richmond, Virginia for 4 years. At 16, I've lived with a young lady who was on crack, who was prostituting. I lived with a pimp. I've seen some things.
Okay.
And I left home because I was mentally, emotionally, and physically abused. And I got tired of being abused by my stepfather, so I left home. But through my journey, I found me. And I understood that the seed that they planted in me was not my truth. So I had to learn to depart that seed and uproot those roots that had taken deep hold and learn how to forgive and love me.
Right.
And through that, me and my husband went through some stuff because when I met him, I was still in the grips of my self-doubt that was planted.
Okay.
And, you know, he was able to love me through that. I mean, we fought a lot, of course, because he was younger than me. He was 23 and I think I was 28.
Okay.
Yeah. But we did a lot of fighting. And our biggest challenge was communication, but he is a great communicator now. Like, I always say he was my friend, but now he's like my best friend.
And I think that's what a lot of people, miss when they're, trying to get to know someone. You got to start off it starts off as a friendship. It turned into everything else, but you got to have the basic friendship there at the beginning. You got to like this person.
What? Yeah, I liked him when he was living with his, my ex-friend that I took him down.
Hell no.
No, but I do understand
He had a
that.
girlfriend. Yeah.
Right, I do understand that. I do understand that. Yeah.
So I mean, but he's a really good guy, and
Yeah.
it took, through us working on us and me working on me, we are in a place that we are now. But it took me a while. I used to be so mean. Oh my God, I used to be so mean. Like, I'd rather fight you than argue with you. I'd jump on you.
Mm.
My husband used to say, the problem is you. Yeah. My husband used to say, your problem is you think you could be the man. Now, I only stand 5'4". But I used to tell people I climb on trees. And I used to tell I can jump real high.
Yeah.
And I used to tell,
I understand.
I used to wrestle with my brothers. So I used to tell women, I could demasculate a man in 10, 25 seconds. And was proud of it. But that's because of the house I grew up in.
I'm sure our listeners are paying close attention to this conversation this evening, because they're being blessed with a gift this night. A foresight of how, everything is not what they want it to be, but you need to make it to be, if you can understand that.
Mm-hmm.
So I do appreciate your conversation this evening. I appreciate you on our channel. You should come back and speak more of that. Right? Definitely, Reek. I want to bid you a farewell this evening. And, I'm always around, because, and everybody have a blessed night. And
all right, Joe Frank.
Time, and please, get back to Cooler Con. Thank you very much this evening.
All right, Joe Frank.
Yeah, have a blessed one.
Man.
Yes.
So I wanted to ask you now, you say you be quick to jump on a man and be able to, demasculate a man. That makes me think back to when you said, your mom was submissive, and it's like you really wasn't feeling that. I mean, what made you not feel it?
But what do you mean?
Because, I think with our parents, it's like some things we see in them, like, I can't see being like how they were. I mean, what
Right, that's how I saw.
What
made me look at her like that?
Yeah, what made you look at her like that?
Well, it was like the mistresses coming to the door and her not pushing them off the porch. The mistresses calling and her not hanging up, and him coming in when he wanted to and staying 2 and 3 days away, and her on the phone having a conversation with the mistresses. And I was just like, this is not. I was really young, but I was like, this is not, I don't think, how it's supposed to be. Like, my mom and one of the mistresses, it was 2 of them, was pregnant at the same time, and I was 12, and we were walking through the mall, and I was like, why are they together? Like, why are they shouldn't be friends. They're both pregnant, and she's pregnant by my mom's husband. Like, what is going on?
Mm.
So, yeah, I would demasculate a man in 10.5 seconds. You're not going to play with me like that.
Okay. So basically, how you took it, like, I don't want any of that type of lifestyle in my life, So any inklings where it seems like it could be going there, I'm going to squash that immediately.
But this is the problem. You have to understand who you raised by sets your foundation. That's
Right.
what I grew up to know, and that's what I started dating. My first love was just like my stepfather.
Okay.
Just like him.
Mm.
And I was like, what am I doing? I've just become my mother.
Mm. So you think you did it consciously or unconsciously?
I'm very spiritual, so I prayed my way through it. I just kept asking why I was so angry and why I was a mean person, because I didn't want to be mean, even though I knew I was mean. And I kept asking God, like, help me understand what was going on. And then he revealed that it was a lot of pain that I hadn't resolved.
Okay.
And so me being mean was a defense mechanism. as far as like if you made me feel inferior, or if you intimidated me in any form or fashion, or if you offended me, I would lash out.
Mm. Now tell me this.
That's because my stepfather told me I was not going to be anything. So if you made me feel removed in any way that he did, you were going to get the wrath.
Oh, okay. So now tell me, now you said you spent time with a gentleman of leisure. How did that come about?
We knew each other, and he knew I was on the street. So he kind of took me in and took me as a... Now, mind you, I was 16.
Okay.
So, and the guy at the time was 25. So, and he kind of, you know, gave me some insights of what was going on and told me his business was his business. And I was there to go to school and not mind his business.
Okay.
And that's what I did.
All right.
I saw what was going on. I saw women come and go, and I saw, but I didn't get involved. He didn't have me involved.
Okay.
So
essentially, he truly took you under his wing. Like, you know, he's like, I'm gonna shelter you. You know, you're gonna, you know, get your goals accomplished while you here. You know, you ain't gonna do, you know, what I'm doing. You know, what I'm doing is what I'm doing.
No, right. He didn't want me to have no part of that.
Okay, that makes sense.
So I wasn't. And if he could keep me away from it, as far as like when the women would come in, I was always to go into the other room or I had to leave.
Okay. All right. So then again,
remind you, I'm 16.
Okay. So.
And yes, and I do understand that he could have turned me out, but that's not. I've known him for 2 years from the neighborhood. I didn't know what he did until I moved in with him, and he sat down and broke it down to me.
Okay. So nobody else had to tell you, like, you know, ooh, he be doing this, or, you know, it wasn't like that. It's like once you got kind of, you know, around what he was doing, and, you know, like you said, he sat you down and really, you know, broke it down. Then that's when you found out about it. Okay.
Because he knew I was gonna see some stuff. I was in his house.
Man. Shoot. So I was gonna say, how did you happen upon my channel? Because I've never seen you come in ever.
I don't know, Fate. I just got off of work and sat down and pulled up YouTube, and I heard the young lady talking, and I was like, wait a minute. And I knew she sounded around my daughter's age, and it sounded like she was a little bit challenged in knowing herself.
Okay.
And what she should and shouldn't accept. And that's what prompted me to call in. Because anytime I can, you know, talk to a young sister and let them know, look, you are worth it. You are worthy. You are not to take a backseat to these dudes and let allow them to take advantage of you.
True. But do you think a lot of things stem from, like, I mean, how we kind of just got them talking a little bit, a lot of things stem from childhood? That's why people act certain ways in their adulthood.
That's your story. That's your story. That's your story up until you are old enough to continue to write those chapters yourself.
Right.
And some people don't know how to rewrite the chapters. They just continue on.
Right.
That's where generational curses come in.
That's true.
Yeah, because they don't know how to rewrite that story. My whole family is still on the East Coast. I moved my kids over here, honestly, and my family over here because I was like sick of being attached to the generational curse. I have 19 first cousins. Nobody in my family is married. They all have children. A lot of them don't work. So it's just me and my daughter had this running joke, like, who sold us out? Like, what happened? Somebody sold us out in, you know, decades ago for self-gain. Like, what happened?
Now tell me this. Now, I mean, I understand why you probably moved. It's like, you know what, like you said, I want to break generational curse. I want, my kids to flourish, and I don't want them to be like,
I want them to know different.
right. But do you think some of your family might think, well, she thinks she's better because she over there and she ain't around us? I mean, do you think you have that? Do you have that? In any family
Let me tell
members?
you something. Let me tell you something. I am better than the decision not to try for my life. I am better than the decision just to give up. I am better than the decision just to say, okay, this is what it is. Because it is not what it is. It can be more, but you have to want more. I am better than that. So if people say, well, you're bougie or you think you're better than, yeah, I do. Because I'm always going to try to be better than who I am. I'm always going to try to reach to that next level. And if you have a problem with it, that's your issue, not mine. You need to deal with the inadequacies in your life and not redirect your energy onto me because you see me fighting for more.
Okay. So would you say immediate family comes before extended family?
Immediate family does. My mom and my brothers mean everything to me, even though I've always felt it was them and then me. But I was given the greatest gift from God, and that was forgiveness. Because their experience, you have to understand, everybody has a story. Everybody has an experience. Their experience is their experience when we grew up. Mine is mine.
That's true.
I can't measure their pain and they can't measure mine.
Right.
Like they never had to leave home. When their girlfriends got pregnant, they could come home with the women and the kids. Me and my kids were homeless for a minute because my stepfather was like, I want her in here. So, I mean, but our experiences are different. And it's not their fault that they were treated different than I was. It's not their fault.
Okay. Yeah. I just, I just see a lot of that happening with divides between family. Like, say one of the matriarchs start getting sick, and the matriarch is with maybe some of the other siblings, and maybe the other sibling that moved to a different state is not maybe as tuned of what's going on. So then if something happens, the rest of the family's like, well, you wasn't around. Now you want to be concerned because you was doing you wherever you was at.
I talk to my immediate family. I talk to my mom every day. I've forgiven her. I figured at first I made a lot of excuses. Like, you can't save yourself, you can't save your kids. But if you can't save yourself, you definitely save your kids. But then I had to understand my mom had a history. My mom had an experience growing up. And when I asked her one day, I said, Mom, what happened? And I said, what happened? What happened to us as a family? And she said, well, my mom always dated the bottom of the barrel men, and we kind of just took, took that and ran with it. And I was like, so none of you guys wanted to do that? Like, my mom had 7 sisters. There's no boys.
Okay.
All of them dated, like, terrible men. Like, my mom was the only one in a relationship for the longest time. He has since passed. I went to the funeral. I didn't go into church. I stopped speaking to him 5 years before. I forgave him.
Right.
For what he had done. But I didn't. When you forgive somebody, you don't have to continue to have them in your life. And I just said, enough, because I had to forgive him so he wouldn't have the emotional hold and bondage over me, because whenever I would see him or talk to him or hear his voice, I would want to provoke him into an argument. And I just didn't want to do that anymore. That was a part of my anger.
Right.
And me not being able to control it. But when he passed, I didn't go into the church. Excuse me. I didn't go into the church. I did go to the cemetery where they put him in the ground. In support of my mom and my brother. And I never forget, she was sitting on the front row. First of all, the funeral, oh my God, was a mockery. The side chick was there that he had been seeing since I was a little girl. She was there. The 2 outside kids was there. They named my mom a longtime friend in the obituary because the daughter that he had while he was married to my mom did the obituary and named my mom as a longtime friend. It was just a mess. It was a whole clown show. But anyway, we went to the cemetery, and my mom was sitting in the front. And she started to cry. And I walked up to the front because I was in the back. I said, you did not drop a tear. And everybody kind of turned and looked at me. I'm like, Mom, don't cry. There's no reason for you to cry. This man, I watched this man put a gun in my mom's mouth. I watched this man put my mom's head through a wall. I watched this man beat my mom with a belt because she wanted him to stop beating me with a belt because he had beat me so long that I couldn't cry anymore. And she just came in there and was like, stop. And he took the belt and went in and beat her and was like, when I'm doing something to him, he don't say nothing. So I've watched him torture my mother. And then we're not going to talk about the mistresses coming to the house and then the outside kids coming to the house. So when she sat there and started to cry, I'm like, you better not.
Okay, so, I mean, yeah, you done seen a different life than a lot of people, and I can't fault you for, like you said, trying to create a better life for, your offspring, that's a positive thing.
Yeah. I didn't want my children to be engulfed in dysfunction, and my brother said, that's right, you didn't have to leave. You just didn't have to leave. But let me ask you this. I look at it like this, and let's say you put a bowl of milk. You have a bowl of milk, and the bowl of milk is the dysfunction. And then what you do is you drop some chocolate syrup in there. How do you keep that chocolate syrup from combining with that dysfunctional milk? You can't, because when you saturate it in dysfunction, it's going to affect you in some shape or form.
Right.
So what I felt I needed to do for me, my kids, and my grandkids is move away. Now, one of my sons moved back to Charlotte because two of my sons have children. And they both have 50-50 custody over their children.
Right.
So that's done, and they are very attentive fathers. My daughter, again, doesn't have any kids. My son in Charlotte just built a house, 3,200 square feet. He is engaged to a woman that had 4 kids. She untied her tubes. They have a son together, and he had a daughter. So they have 6 kids. And my son says, I have 6 kids. He don't say I have 2. He said, I have 6 kids.
Right.
Which means that I have 7 grandchildren right now and 1 on the way. Because we don't do that step anything.
Right.
We don't say step dad or step parent. We hold over here.
Now, what you saying that when it comes to the situation you were going through growing up, like having your stepdad having other kids outside the family, do you count them as brothers or sisters, or you don't?
We didn't find out about the boy until a couple of years ago. He just showed up out of nowhere. We was like, what the heck? And then he looks like my younger brother, so we didn't know about him until he got grown. The girl knew about him. And do I speak to her? No, because she thinks she came from a Cosby family. I had to remind her, sweetie, you came from an adulterous relationship. You didn't come from the Cosby family. And I didn't have a problem with her as we were growing up. My problem with her became after we become adults, because she would say insensitive stuff like, well, I don't know what my daddy used to do to your mother, but he never hit my mother. Well, your mother was an extra. Your mother was an extracurricular activity. He had no reason to hit her. He'd go over there and do what he's going to do and leave. So when she was saying sensitive stuff, I would have to remind her. So now we don't speak. I blocked her on Facebook and Twitter, and we don't speak. We used to be friends, and we used to speak, but no, honey.
Man, well,
you don't get to brag about your mama not getting beat up.
Right. Yeah, because that's almost like trying to put you down, and like they're trying to stand up on putting you down. No, that ain't how it works.
And let's be real. Your mother sat at the footstool at my mother's table, sitting on the floor waiting for her stuff to fall off, because he would have to get out the house to go to spend a couple of days with your mother. Even though my mother was willing to tolerate the nonsense.
Mm. Now let me see. Let me see. The last comment came in. Choice said Des is the type to have her own, and you got to be bigger or meet in the middle. Would you say that is true if you were actually, during your single days?
Yeah.
Okay.
But you have to understand, after I left my children's father, like I said, I was raised in a house full of boys.
Right.
And then you got to understand I knew what a pimp to.
Mm-hmm.
So I could kind of detach feelings. I knew how to detach my feelings.
Right.
So it wasn't about what you had. If I wanted to be with you, I was going to be with you. And if I didn't, I didn't. It was just like, I don't know, I just dated because I wanted to. I didn't look for what they had because I always had my own. And my stepfather told me I was going to never amount to nothing. I was going to live in a project. And I was not going to let those words be my truth.
Right.
So I always made sure I had my own. See, a man to me was a want or an asset, not a need.
Mm. But then again, you seen men in a different type of light early on, so it's like, yeah, I ain't gravitating to any of this because it's like you done seen it. But think about the women that haven't seen that, so they're thinking, oh yeah, this is, they got a different type of concept of men,
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Like the gentleman earlier, was his name Joe Frank?
Yeah.
That's why I kind of was like, okay, I see what's going on here. You just listen. You just have to listen. I was taught to listen by a pimp, what men to say.
Right. But you kind of agree. Well, you agree where Cadillac J Just was coming from when he called in before Joe Frank.
I definitely do.
Okay.
I definitely do.
Now, okay.
And that's why I say you got to listen to people's behavior.
Right. Now, you being older than KK Diamond, what's your from what you heard from the little bit that you did here? What's your assessment? Like you said, in a PG way that you can give about her outlook.
I think she needs to really take time for herself, and she needs to stand in the mirror and do some exercises I used to do and tell herself, this is what I used to do. The person in the mirror was the life I wanted. The person, and then I was the life I didn't want. So I had to figure out how to flip that. So the person in the mirror, I would say, you are worthy. You are worth this, or you are smarter than, or just keep feeding myself positive affirmations. Anyhow, at first, it's not going to take hold because it's just words. But at some point, you start to believe it. Because if you say something enough, I want you to think about this. If you say something enough, you can either build somebody up or tear them down. Words are very powerful.
That's true.
The guy lived with didn't beat none of his women. He used words. He was able to convince women to get out there and give them. I'm like, how would you go out there and they out there and they coming back and giving you the money? He was like, my talk game is strong. He said, but you have to be an insecure woman and listen to that.
Right.
You have to be a lost, insecure soul to listen to that. And what I hear from the young lady earlier is that she wants to be self-assured, but she's not quite there yet. She wants to be valued. She wants to have self-value, but she's not quite there yet. She doesn't know her value. Because a woman that knows her value is not going to be bailing people out of jail.
True.
A woman that knows her value is not going to go to a hotel and pay for some man to jump on top of her. I'm not paying to go to a hotel with you, for you to have, no.
But think about it like this. You just said it. It's some people that deal with insecurity, and there's also people that deal with depression. And those two as a combination is, it is not real good in their favor.
It can be detrimental.
Right.
It can be detrimental to a lot of things. And that's where I say the exercise of positive affirmation. One of my personal prayers for myself right now is, and I say this every day, and it's helped me along the way, God, let me be a stronger, better person today than I was yesterday, and a stronger, better person tomorrow than I am today. Because I'm always invested in my self-growth and my healing. You can never expect someone that hurts you to heal you. You'll always be an open, gaping wound.
That makes sense. I think it's just that, you know, in these days and times where everything is readily available, like how you said, there's plenty of fish, there's all these different type of apps to get at people.
Plenty of guppies.
But now it's like how Joe Frank was saying, it's less conversation. Like when you actually meet somebody, it's less conversation. So now it's to a point where, oh, I got everything to say on social media, but once you come into actual interaction, it's like, oh, I'm lost for words or something. This
is a show and tell me type of time. This is a show and tell me, and what I mean by that is exactly what you said. You can present yourself on social media any way you want, but when you get in front of that person, is it the image that you've given? That's why I always, like I said, I listen to people's behaviors, their reaction and their responses to things, and that's going to give me the insight of who they are.
True.
And it's never going to leave me wrong.
Mm-hmm. I mean, if
so people can pretend,
right?
How long can you pretend?
Yeah, because essentially,
you're going to seep out.
Essentially, you're gonna have a kink in your armor during that run of you saying whatever you saying.
Exactly. You're gonna have to explain something because you're gonna be like, oh, I didn't even do that. I forgot I gotta put my front face on. But see, that gets tiresome. That's a mental game, and a lot of people can't play that for a very long time. The real you is and will seep out, and that's why we as women get caught up with, oh, I fell in love with this person. Well, you fell in love with the representative. You didn't fall in love with the real person.
Right.
You kept looking for the representative, but that representative really wasn't there. That was a mask they put on to pull and draw you in.
True.
And women do it too. I'm not going to beat up on men.
Yeah, women do it too. I mean, it's a two-way street. Women,
and I'm going to tell you something. I'm going to tell you a secret. You ready to know the secret?
Go ahead.
You sure you ready for this?
Oh, I'm for sure. I ain't no 20, no 30, no nothing like that.
Okay.
I'm ready for it.
Something. Women way better at the game than men are. You wouldn't think it, but if you run into a woman who sure enough knows the game, she can hold that front line face for a long time. If she knows how to use her feminine wiles, she could play with a man for years.
I believe you. I mean, I don't have no reason to be like, oh, no, it's not.
No, there's women out there that's way worse than any player that you run into. You be like, well, wait a minute. What you guys think of us? We're nurturers. We're typically the docile sex. We're the ones that want to. So we can use that.
Right. I mean, if you want to go into...
Make you fall in love in a minute. Baby, I love you. I'll do anything for you. Whatever you need me to do, I'll do it, okay? I just want to be the woman you want me to be. What man doesn't want his ego fed?
Right. So essentially, like you said...
That's a lot of your ego.
Essentially, play to a man's ego to, get whatever you want out of him,
All day long. Then I just tell you, a little girl just got $1,500 off somebody she was dealing with?
Yeah. I believe it is happening. I mean, I don't want to say I done sent people on to do missions like that, but I understand it goes down and how dudes can fall for certain things because like Eddie Murphy said in Beverly Hills Cop, he said, I done fractured occasional law before I became who I am today.
That's why I was joking with Cadillac, and I was like, oh, no, I would play with you. You wouldn't even know what was coming. And he was like, no, well, okay.
But
you ever standing upside down on your head with a flashlight in the middle of the night looking for me with your paycheck in the other hand?
but see, a lot of times we get that kind of inkling because a person comes off and says that. Then that kind of gives you a kind of a way of how to play. Like, okay, they done said this. Now I'm gonna work them this way. But if they just
Oh no. Remember I said a true player lets the player know the game they're playing instead of tricking them into playing the game?
that's true.
Let me tell you something. I'd never tell you what game I was about to play with you if I wanted to play with you.
Okay.
Because I know how to feed your ego. I bring you lunch on your job. I cook you dinner. You come to the house, I have on nothing but heels, and your dinner be right there, and you be thinking, oh man, this is the one. I'm about to get you. I show up to your house with nothing on but a coat.
That's true, but you also got to be a thinking man too. Like, why is she doing this? What's the reason why? You got to ask yourself that. Just like women ask themselves that. Why is this man being extra nice to me? He wants something. Why? Men ask themselves them kind of questions too.
But see, you don't do it from the beginning. There are steps to getting there. You don't bust out all that at the beginning. You gotta study him, study his movements, see what he likes, see what he don't like, and then you conform.
Right. But see, you're speaking from you're speaking from the generation of what I'm mid 40s. I ain't no 50s yet, but I'm mid 40s, so I can kind of still understand where you're coming from. But in this generation, they ain't really operating on that like that. So you can kind of see what they're kind of thinking. Now, people that's around our age,
generation. This is the microwave generation. They want stuff instantly. They're not willing to study. They're not willing to watch. They're not willing to listen. They want it now.
Right.
This generation would be easier to trick than the older generation.
That's true.
Back then you had to study them. You had to wait. You had to figure it out. This generation, because they want it now, they're easier to trick.
If you're of this generation, like I said, when it comes to people around our age, it might not be as easy. Just like how, when Cadillac said what he said, you be like, no, I would do this, because you already know how, to put certain kind of moves down. Now a person from this generation, they were like, no, you wouldn't be able to do whatever, and probably still get shit ran on all over them, because they ain't studying like how you just said.
Actually, you just go out and watch their movements, listen to what they say, and figure them out. Take your time. Be slow to speak, quick to listen.
Right.
Because what's his name, Joe Frank?
Yeah, Joe Frank, the last caller, yeah.
He likes to talk, and I would not speak, because I would want to listen to him to understand how I need to move.
Okay. Yeah, but I say it like this, think about it like this: when a person meets, you're both putting things out on the table. If one person is really not saying anything, like I said, that's to your disadvantage, because it's like, okay, I'm feeding you things so you can keep speaking, so I can, like you said, so I can know how to play you. So the person that's most interested doesn't have control.
But you run into people that, if you run into somebody that wants to dominate the conversation, you sit there and you listen.
Right.
You take notes.
Right.
Take notes. You listen now, but this is the thing, like you just said. If a person wants to keep you in the conversation, engaged in the conversation, that gives you an opportunity to play chess with them.
I believe
if you're
that.
not truly interested in getting to know them. If you're not truly interested in getting to know them as a person and only how to position yourself so you can gain access. If you're truly interested in getting to know them, you're going to be truly engaged. And a truly engaged person will not be all over the place topically. They wouldn't jump from one topic to another because they're going to be truly interested and invested in getting to know you.
Right.
A person that's studying you, that's engaged in a conversation, is going to question you more than they're going to answer you. So how do you like your day? Oh, well, I enjoy getting up and taking long walks. Oh, okay. No. So what do you like to do at night? Oh, and I'm engaged in a conversation, but I'm trying to figure out how to maneuver.
Right. Just like you could say certain things like, well, I know you got to probably get up early, you know, to take your little ones to school or something like that. I don't have kids. Okay, she doesn't have kids, and you feed questions to. You're not really asking, but you're putting it out there as an assumption
Mm-hmm.
to try to get, you know, something back. Like, okay, this way. Oh, you probably got that crazy baby daddy that's after you. No, I haven't been with nobody in this many. Okay, she hasn't been with nobody X amount of years or whatever, because, you know, she's just simply saying it, you know.
Mm-hmm. And there's very passive ways to ask the same question without them realizing you asked it.
Right.
Because all you have to do, and let me just say this before we move forward. My profession, I'm a leader. I interview people. So I study people. I hire people for corporations. So even before I got into corporate, I love people, period. I love to study people. I love to watch their reactions and response because they help me understand me too. Like, why didn't everybody act like me? But anyway, so what I was getting to is ways to ask questions without directly asking the question and getting the answer that you want, without them knowing you're asking the question.
That's true. I believe it. It's just the way you frame it. It's just, you know, depending on which direction you're trying to lead that
conversation. Exactly.
Right. Just like it's certain things you can say where it's like, what the fuck are you saying? Like, I done heard I'll say melonless people say like like when they're, you know, trying to start something with someone, like, oh, when's the last time you beat your wife? You know, saying something like that. It's like, how can a person answer that? Because that's leading the assumption to say that person beat their wife. So how do they even entertain that kind of question? You know,
this is how you entertain that. So somebody comes to me and say, well, I have children. No, let's use my husband. Well, so when's the last time you cheated on your husband? Because you know everybody cheats.
Right.
Well, and this will be my answer. You're right. Everybody you know will cheat. But I'm not that. I wouldn't cheat. Let me rephrase that. You're right. You're correct. Everybody you know will cheat because that's your expectation. I, on the other hand, don't do that in my relationship. So when is the last time you cheated? Because you just admitted it to me.
Touche. That's a good one. That's a good response. Not too many people. See, a lot of people be frustrated and mad, and see, once you get mad, then it's like, oh, look, they're getting upset. I must have said something that must have been somewhat right, you know, to a person that ain't sharp.
To make a person mad is to make them lose control.
Right.
When you make a person lose control, then you have them captive.
That's true. Man.
You can't piss me off. You cannot piss me off. You can say whatever, and I won't get pissed off. Because I'm looking at you like, so you're working so hard to try to break me. How broken are you?
Ooh. Yeah. That's another way to throw it out there too. Throwing out the gauntlet to see how they'll respond. Like, ooh, okay. She done said this. What do you got to say after that? She done said this. Oh, she's just saying words because, you know, I already got her.
Exactly. I've been a shattered person. I know what that feels like, and I know what that looks like.
So in turn, think about it like this. Would you say this is true? Now, you know, they say comedians are so funny because they know how it feels to be at the lowest of the low. So they can, you know, flip certain things that some people may not feel is funny, but they're comedians. It's like they done dealt with depression. So they know how to get themselves out of it. So they know how to, you know, say things to, you know, bring people up, but maybe not so much themselves. Would you say that?
Okay, now let me tell y'all a story since you want to mention that. So one time when I was young, my mom threatened to tell my stepdad, and my stepdad used to beat us with this leather belt with these silver buckles in it, which would leave wraps everywhere. So one day she said, I'm going to tell him when he gets. So in order to prepare for this whooping, in 90-degree weather, I went upstairs and put on 4 pair of pants, and I had 5 shirts on, and I put a jacket on under one of the shirts, and I sat on the top of the steps, sweating bullets, waiting for this beating.
Mm.
I know I was in all them clothes for about an hour. So he came in the door. He was like, "Your mama told me what you did. You better not do it again. You better be glad I'm tired." I'm like, "Damn, I just wish he would have beat me. I got all the damn clothes on." So, like, I'm literally sweating bullets, and my room was upstairs in the attic. So I got all these clothes on waiting for this beating, and it didn't happen.
Mm.
There was another time where we got in trouble, and I told my little brother, he was like 5 years younger than me, and I was 11 at the time. I said, "We're running away. I'm not going to get another beating, and you got to go with me because you cannot tell." So I don't know what in my little brain was thinking, but we lived on a street that had a hill to go up to get to the main street. So I grabbed a blanket and 2 Twinkies. Now, what we going to do with a blanket and 2 Twinkies in the dead of winter, and it was snowing? So we got to the hill, but the hill had black ice on it, so we kept sliding down this hill, and I kept saying, "No, we got to get up this hill because we're going to run away. We got to run away." And the harder we ran up this hill, the more we slid down. So what I did was I laid the blanket on the ground so my little brother could go up the blanket. And then I would go up the blanket, then I grabbed the end of the blanket and throw it up in front of us and lay it on the ground. So now we got this wet, dirty blanket.
Mm-hmm.
Where are we going with 2 Twinkies and a wet, dirty blanket? But we running away. We never coming back. We don't know where we going. It was like 9 o'clock at night. We out in Richmond, Virginia, the streets by ourselves. We wound up behind a 7-Eleven. And I told my little brother, I said, "You stay here. We got to get something to drink." So I go in 7-Eleven and try to steal something to drink. So now we got 2 drinks and 2 Twinkies and a wet, dirty blanket, but we running away from home. Where the hell was we going? We stood in the cold for about 30 minutes. I was like, "No, we're just going to have to take this ass up. We got to go home."
See, all that what you just said right now, even though it's real life, that could be in a book somewhere. Someone could be reading that. I mean, and it could be, you could put it in a way where you could use that in a comedy act. Because people were like, "No, that can't be for real," but it's real life. You know what I'm saying?
No, that was real life. That was my real life.
Man.
That was real.
But let me see. We've been on 166 minutes, and I started off with KK Diamond and finished with Dez. So, you know, that's amazing. You know, I didn't think.
But I'm gonna have to get off. My husband was walking around looking at me, was like, what you doing?
All right. Well, it's been.
Yeah, but I came in the kitchen. Oh, he cool. He cool. He's real cool.
Okay. Well, I'm glad you called in. I'm glad you joined the topic. Hey, you done imparted some jewels that I think some people, when they tune in, if they're listening to the replay, they're like, "Man, I'm feeling what she's saying." You know, I mean, it started off one way and it ended a different kind of way, but it's still for the positive, so that's all good.
All right.
But yeah, I try to usually do these lives probably, every other day. So if you
I'll catch you. I'm gonna subscribe to you.
Okay.
I'm definitely gonna subscribe to you. I'm trying to turn my channel around to do more positive things. Like I said, I share like basically daily journeys of my life. I recently started work. Yesterday was my first day after being laid off, after being unemployed for a year and something. So yeah, started my first day of work. I do vlogs, but I want to turn my channel around because there is a lot of people like me who have gone through things and don't know how to work their way through them.
Right. I think we all need more light and more areas where we could go to. Like, man, her story is kind of resonating with me. Maybe you start doing calls or whatever, interaction with people. Like, hey, each one teach one. We need that. We in this lost. A lot of people are in the lost kind of like they don't know where to turn to. They can't turn to their family members, so they resonate with someone's story that's damn near similar to them.
Yeah, I couldn't turn to my family either. I turned to God and would sit in the closet and cry. That's what I did. And that's how I found my healing moment.
Right. Well, I mean, I'm glad the Most High made a way for you. Think about it, there's a lot of these people, they turn to the dope and all kind of things, and they ain't the thing. That's that. You don't need that. If you could talk to somebody and they willing to listen to you, hey, tune into someone that's willing to hear your story, and hopefully they can help you on your sojourn or whatever.
Right. Well, it was a pleasure to speak with you. I'm truly blessed that I found your channel. Like I said, I'm going to subscribe, and I'll be tuning in.
All right. Till the next time, we out of here.
All right. Bye-bye.
Bye.